You have all been gifted some special, sparkly, shiny magic items or weapons or armor.
Woo.
Delenn, you have indeed taken a warlock patron, and your patron is, well, as you put it, the voices in your mind, the people whose souls from which you were created, supposedly.
What does that mean?
Rhea, you have regained a Lockheed that you can put in your inventory after she disappeared for a session.
Wow, so children are objects now. Okay, Dad.
I'm sorry to interrupt. You guys want to know what my con saving throw is?
What?
Oh,
Plus 17.
no. Damn!
Wait, what?
Nice.
Mine's
How is
only
it a plus
13.
17?
Because I'm at plus 13, and then because of Know Thyself, I get to add plus 14 whenever I make a saving throw.
So that's
And then you stand next to Rhea, and
So
you
that's
add
plus-
21.
so that's plus 5 for
No.
con,
Hold on,
and then
let me do
plus
this real quick.
5.
Oh, okay, never mind. So when I put on Echo Lux, it actually adds the plus 4 into it already.
Yeah.
Plus 13 is still
It's
bonkers.
it's
for a
insane,
con
yeah.
save.
Yeah.
So I get-
That's like
A
better
plus
than
four.
Rosalind's
Same as
charisma
Rhea's.
save.
Is that a plus 4 or a plus 5 from Rhea?
Plus 5.
So I'll get
Just
18
5
if I'm
charisma.
near Rhea. Ching.
Yeah.
Alrighty
I'm never dropping
Hey, you
concentration
created this
on a
monster of a
spell.
party.
Fair
Nice.
enough. All right. But indeed, you were just setting out back out of the grove of Titania. Rhea, Laki is holding your hand as she walks along. In her other hand, she is checking out her shiny new magic item that she got. And you have not let go of her hand since since she has rejoined the party.
I was going to say, Rhea's probably carrying her.
Probably. So, following the path that Titania set you on, you emerge from the Fey Forest, only certainly not where you entered it. As you exit, it is into the depths of the God's Grasp Forest, and only a single lone road is running north and south. And on that road is Ariko, who blinks and looks at you all in amazement. This is by a wide margin the least likely thing that has ever happened.
How long have we been gone?
Who's that?
Ariko is maybe Miriani's mom who hired
Okay.
you to do this.
Right. Delenn said that out loud. Got
Oh,
the
yeah.
DM's answer
Got
in
you.
his head, and then said, "Oh, right. Yeah. Out loud.
Yeah. So yeah, Ariko is saying there, I waited for 3 days and you didn't come back. I don't know, I guess I've been on the road for 2 weeks since then.
Oh, well.
Time
Yeah,
We're here now?
Strength.
Been a day for us.
Fey Forest and then Timey BS and Delenn over here gave us a lot of experience with that one already, so
This must
Yeah,
be
that-
where.
this tracks.
This must be when we're supposed to be.
Yep.
I suppose that is true.
Well, where are we going?
North. So I guess you don't know. Yeah. We're just north of the Bleakman River on far side of the Fey Forest from where you would have entered. We're on the road north. We're about a day out from the staging ground that we've set up. Worry not. It's not going to be just the 6 of us assaulting Moon Bay. I do have a admittedly small force of people who are going to assist us, some specialists and about 100 soldiers.
Oh, see, perfect. We would have just been bored anyways, right?
Lockheed,
nice.
Lockheed gives a nod that suggests that she was not at all bored.
There's gonna be a lot of demons in Moon Bay, yeah.
Yes, there's probably going to be a number of them.
All right, cool. I'm gonna start. I
Cool.
don't remember. I don't know what it was attuned to. I don't know if it was like cold, if it was already radiant, but I'm gonna set my sword maul axe thing to radiant.
Fair enough. And you continue on up the path from the Devil Bite Swamp and towards Moon Bay. By evening, Rhea, you find yourself giving a piggyback ride to Laki, who has long since dozed off, though notably she doesn't complain. Not even once on the long walk does she whine or complain about anything. She just walks quietly with you. Part of you thinks, what a well-behaved child, and another part of you thinks, what happened to this child when she complained before that she's afraid to do it now. But as night has now begun to fall, Ariko starts looking around for somewhere to make camp for the evening. It's not too hard to find somewhere. Unlike another campaign where most of this force is on fire right now, there are plenty of places to make a camp in this time period. So why doesn't someone give me a survival check to see about finding somewhere to bed down for the night?
Sure. Me and the plus 13.
Wait.
So that's a 17.
Oh yeah, I have shit one. Can I ask a quick question?
You may.
This is obviously entirely up to you and sort of just like a flavory / mechanical thing. But would you allow me when I cast Hex that instead of the extra damage being necrotic, that it's like whatever my sword is set to?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool, thank you.
I think it would make sense given your patron.
Yeah, like just randomly, it's only necrotic damage. It was just kind of like
Yeah,
I
no, I think it makes sense given your patron.
Yeah, I agree.
So 17, yeah, you're able to not too difficultly find a space about 10 minutes walk off the main roads, just because you don't want to be snoozing when some demon patrol happens to walk by. Although you are in the God's Grasp, and notably, it is very hard for Skala's forces to get into here. That is kind of what it is famous for. But better safe than sorry. So you find a decent spot to bed down for the evening, make a fire, and Ariko provides some Terracin possum that she was able to catch, which of course is great eating. And she starts preparing the meal for you all. Laki wakes up basically at the smell of food. She seems pretty happy about that. She says that Terracin possum is one of her favorite foods. Notably, Rhea, she has said that about almost everything she has been fed. So,
I assumed as much.
yeah. So, you guys have the evening to yourselves, and then we'll set watches. Do we have any thoughts on what we want to do for watches tonight?
I'll take the last watch.
I'll go first.
Dylan will go second.
I'll
Okay.
go wherever.
Alrighty then. Sorry, everything just blinked. Okay. So we're gonna have Miriani said first, right?
Yeah.
Okay, first watch. Miriani. Second watch is Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Third watch is Glenn. And Rhea said she would fill. And Ariko will also take a watch. Laki stands up proudly and announces that she'll take a watch as well. She seems ready to go.
Excuse me.
So I think actually Ariko is going to request a watch with Rhea. So I'm going to say that they're going to go second, and I'm going to put Sarah on with Delenn.
Okay.
Rhea and Ariko. Which, Miriani, that means you get to stay up with the little one.
Excellent.
Oh
Oh,
no.
nothing goes wrong here.
Oh no.
Awesome. So, does anyone have anything they want to say before we bed down for the evening or wanted to do? As Robbie would say, does anyone have any imaginary friends they want to talk to?
Oh shit! I do have imaginary friends I can talk to.
You do.
Now.
I'll
You have
wait
4
for the
of them.
watch.
Okay, that's fine. All right, then let's proceed right into our first watch. Miriani and Laki, I need perception checks. Laki's very excited that she gets to go. She gets to have a watch. She thinks this is the coolest thing ever. But she also thinks it's only natural that she should get to have a watch since she is a member of the Queen's Lament.
Reasonable.
Yeah,
19 on that.
reasonable.
She rolled a 9, but she says that she has checked the perimeter twice and everything is fine. She kind of sits on the log across from you and just kind of kicks her feet as she looks around.
How
So-
far into the watch did she go on perimeter?
So for her going on perimeter, she just looked around and assumed that meant that
Okay,
she checked the
great.
perimeter.
Delenn isn't quite sleeping yet. So
Yeah.
after she says everything's good and she sits down and she starts to talk to Miriani, I'm going to summon a clone silently behind her to scare her.
All right.
Wow.
Oh, jeez.
Go
Here we
ahead and have your
go.
clone make a stealth check.
You got it.
Make it against her perception, which admittedly her perception is 0.
I'm actually pretty good at these. That is a 25.
She rolled a 12. So indeed, this clone goes up behind her and scares her, and she lets out a scream that like birds like flutter out of all the trees in the area. Everyone is awake.
And before she can turn around to see who or what it was, I dismiss him.
Oh, I was gonna say Rhea, when she screams, is absolutely jumping up and is just gonna attack the clone without even like actually looking at it.
She looks around kind of embarrassed as she doesn't see a clone anymore and is like,
Yeah, Delenn's like, is it clear? You checked real good?
yeah, it's clear. We're good.
Maybe
Everything's
may-
fine.
Maybe do a second one.
Yeah,
just in case?
I'll go check again.
Here,
Lessons
like
learned.
this. And, show her how to do it right.
She follows you, and the whole way she is playing secret agent basically, and like ducking behind trees and like peeking around.
I will let her do that. It's fine. I am here looking out.
Yep.
I will also cast, like, in the immediate aftermath, I will dual cast Calm Emotion on her Andrea.
Aw.
That is kind of you. She'll choose to fail her saving throw and just is calmed by it.
Rhea too.
Here, take your magical Xanax.
So you all walk the perimeter and do a check before making your way back over to the campfire and settling down, and she kind of glances over at you. So like this is what we do on watch. We just walk around and check out the place.
It's a lot of waiting, yeah. But you want to make sure you don't go at too regular of an interval in case there is somebody out there. There very rarely is, but you can never be too sure.
That sounds scary.
A little, but there's a lot of scary things in the world.
She nods at that, like my mom.
Yeah, she's one of the scary things. How's all that doing for you?
She kind of kicks her feet again. The men in the coats used to say that I was gonna be her when I grew up.
Made them a bunch of liars.
I guess we don't know yet.
Well, what
Still
do you
little.
think?
I hope not.
I mean, it sounds to me like you're looking at it wrong. Do you want to do the kind of things that she did?
She looks down, shakes her head. She was.
Then don't.
Is it that easy?
Yeah.
She nods.
I mean, if you don't want to do something and nobody's making you, why would you do something?
I don't know. They always just talked about it like it was gonna happen.
I mean, that's fair, but that was before we came.
She nods. I like it a lot more with you than I did there.
Yeah, you seem a lot happier.
She nods. Yeah, they never let me ride a pony. Also, the food was never very good. Also, we never really got treats. Also, whenever I cast my magic, they get mad at me.
Well, I think the only thing of that we hit here is sometimes when you cast the wrong magic, you get in trouble.
Oh, like when I cast, like when Delenn has me cast things?
Sometimes.
She nods.
That's
No,
all
it's
right.
always okay. If a grown-up asks you to cast something, it's fine.
What was your mom like? Was she evil?
I don't know. I don't really remember my mom.
Who raised you?
The place where I grew up ended up being destroyed when I was a little older than you are. Been taking care of myself since. Although, and I'll turn and point, she says she thinks she's my mom. So if she is, then no, my mom's not evil.
She looks over at Ariko for a long moment, seeming to examine her.
At least I don't think she is.
She's a good person.
Seems that way.
No, she is. She's very conflicted, though. She looks at her carefully. She has to do bad things soon. But
Yeah,
she
that.
doesn't want to.
Yeah. It's like that sometimes.
Because of my mom.
I'm sorry. But we can't choose our parents.
So I can't choose Rhea to be my mom now?
I mean, in a way,
I mean, you can choose your parents, but you can't
But-
choose your parents. You know what I mean?
you can't really choose who made you. That kind of parent.
Oh. Yeah. That's fair. I don't like any of the people who made me.
That's okay.
Most of them are dead now.
You don't have to.
She nods. She seems pretty happy about that. Oh! She reaches in her bag and pulls out a cookie, which she hands to you.
Ooh, where'd you get this?
Huh?
Munch.
Oh, yeah. Miss Titania gave it to me.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I've already munched on.
She takes out one for
Well,
herself
thank
and starts to
you.
eat it too.
You got a
Mhm.
whole bunch of those?
Well, she gave me this bag and it just makes cookies.
Ooh.
Uh-huh. She said I can get
She's
12 cookies every
spoiler.
day out of it.
Does it just make cookies?
She said it makes whatever I want most,
Oh.
which is usually cookies.
Okay.
Please make it make
Don't-
multiple cookies the dragon.
Yeah, she has effectively a magic morning mug for treats.
Well,
Ah.
maybe we can come up with a better story so that your new mommy doesn't take that from you.
She looks at where Rhea's sleeping and like clutches her bag. But your watch passes very peacefully. You two chat for a while, and Miriani, for the most part, it's like talking with a 5-year-old. She's,
Yeah.
you know, in-depth conversations are few and far between. Most of them are very simple.
Yeah. I'll also be showing a little bit of my, like magic tricks and stuff. Can you
Mhm.
do this? Can you do this?
She does show
That
off
sort of
a
thing.
new spell that she can cast. She
Oh.
shows off her mislead spell, which is effectively she creates she turns invisible but leaves a copy of herself that can walk, move, and talk
Okay.
behind.
I will in turn demonstrate to her mirror image,
I think she can cast mirror
Ooh.
image.
which works very similarly.
Yeah, she can cast mirror image. You've actually seen her cast it one time when
Oh, never mind that.
Delenn got her to do something that she wasn't supposed to do, and Rhea tried to yell at her, and she suddenly broke into 4 of her and ran in opposite directions, yelling, "Scatter!"
You gotta look for the one that has the glowing backpack. That's how you can tell who's who.
Yep, that's about it.
Nice.
I think that's an Apex.
Oh, well then otherwise I'll just demonstrate with my major image.
She does not have that.
But yeah, little things like that.
All right. And so you have a lovely, peaceful watch. Second watch, you go to awaken Ariko and Rhea.
I let her awaken Rhea.
She goes over and kind of starts nudging Rhea's shoulder. Mama, it's time to get up. It's your turn.
What? Yep. Just nod and like basically just give her the warm blanket.
Oh, she's very happy. She gives you a cookie.
I'm not gonna question where she got the cookie.
She
You're too
yeah,
tired.
she happily gets under your warm blanket and goes to sleep right where you were. She falls asleep very quickly.
Aw.
But yep, Ariko also awakens and nods to you, Miriani, and have a lovely night.
You too. And give her a brief little hug.
She returns it. And she sits down by the fire. Ariko and Rhea are going to need perception checks. Probably would help if I had Ariko's stat sheet up.
15.
She got a 33, so y'all will probably be okay. But, yep. She settles in and kind of glances at you and then back to Lucky. So, that one's yours, huh?
Yep.
Can't help but notice who she looks like.
She does.
It's going to be tough for her.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
People in this world are, well, they don't tend to examine their emotions very heavily. They just go with what they saw. People are going to look at her and see Scala when she gets older.
Which is exactly why she looks the way she does.
Well, hopefully she will be better than Scala.
She will be.
And what about you, former officer in Our Lady's military?
You asking how I left, or
Asking how a former officer of the military is now raising her child.
long story short, she killed my family. I swore revenge.
And stole her daughter.
That just seemed to be how fate happened.
She glances over at Miriani. Fate has a sense of humor like that.
Is there like a family resemblance I can pick up on, or
There is a family resemblance. It's not like you wouldn't know for certain, but if someone said that's her daughter, you would go, "Oh, I can see it."
gonna kind of look back and forth a couple of times? Huh.
Yeah. I couldn't have imagined when I set out to hire the Queen's Lament that I would be related to one of them. But, well, here we are. Has she been a good traveling companion?
Yeah, she's gotten us out of a lot of tight spots, actually.
Yeah.
Hell, we might have died in, I can't think of the place.
Mortis Sylvana.
Thank you.
Mhm.
In Mortis Sylvana, if it weren't for her.
Well, that's that Sunveil blood for you. It gets you going. It gets you from A to B. I appreciate you all taking this job. It's well, Miriani notwithstanding, none of you are elves, and none of you really owe any allegiance to the elves. I do recognize this is a largely elven city we're liberating.
It's another chance to give the bitch a black eye.
It is that. It
That-
is that.
She'll kind of look back at Lucky. Really wish she didn't have to be here for it.
Well, I can't say I can put her somewhere where she's guaranteed to be safe, but we could leave her at the staging ground encampment.
I've already accepted I'm well outvoted on it.
She's very capable for a young lady like herself.
Capable, but wish she didn't have to be exposed to it.
You wish she was growing up in a better world. She isn't.
Yeah.
She's growing up in this one. And if we're all very lucky, maybe one day, hundreds of years from now, little tiefling girls won't have to grow up in a world like this one.
Some luck.
Yeah. I don't think I believe it either. But hope springs eternal. There's a rumor I heard when I was passing through Winter's Grip that the bulk of Skala's fleet is in Moon Bay right now. Of course, her fleet's not huge, but it would be a doubly troublesome black eye to lose the remainder of her navy while losing her, while witnessing the greatest prison jail break in history. At last count, Moon Bay is home to 50,000 captives and prisoners of war.
That's a lot.
Yes. Yes, it is. We could undo a lot of the damage she has done. And while we'll not be able to give back what has been taken from those people, we can, well, undo a lot of her work in one fell swoop.
Don't suppose you have some grand plan for this?
She lights up her cigar. Nope. I've got 100 people and some of the brightest, most tactical minds in the world. And I've got the people who destroyed Mortis Sylvana. I figure I like our odds. Or at least I've seen worse ones. Hell, I've got Skala's daughter here to help.
My daughter.
She smiles at that.
This is mine. I made this.
Very well, then. What is it your kind used to say? Sorry, I had a tiefling cellmate that used to tell me about how they named people. Lakiria's daughter, then, right? Is that how it is for your people?
She took the first name. It's up to her if she wants the second name.
Probably the most choice she's ever been given. We shall see. With her 33 perception, she is able to detect the approach of some wolves and decides to light a large fire and scare them off because, no, we're not fighting wolves.
Oh, let's fight
Also-
wolves. Get some wolf meat.
That
Point
was
of order.
Tuesday.
She now has a choice of what type of infinite cookie. That's an amazing choice.
I suppose that's true. She always picks sugar cookies, by the way.
I mean, not bad.
Sugar cookies are good. They're not my favorite, but they're what she likes. All right, and then we move on to our third watch as Ariko goes to awaken Sarah, and Ria can wake up Delenn.
Just kind of give him a couple light kicks. It's your turn.
Going to summon a clone behind Ria to scare her.
All right.
Stealth check.
Stealth check. Ria.
Literally woke up and
perception.
chose violence.
And then I don't know. I guess that's maybe a wisdom check, or what's frightened against usually?
Wisdom, yeah.
Wisdom, yeah, wisdom check.
That's a 20 stealth.
Come on, come on.
Roll well.
Nat 20 for 21.
Lore dice are a thing. Sorry if I was
Indeed. The shadow does appear behind you, Ria, and you don't see it, but you sense its presence there. And knowing that Gem is Gem, he's pulled this one before on you.
She'll just, like, basically flick her tail and, like, slice
Say,
the
you
bone
can-
end through his throat.
Yeah, you can just punch it and it will die if you hit. But yeah, fair enough.
You want me to roll some kind of
No.
attack for that?
No, he vanishes.
Okay. I feel like this is usually how she deals with the Gem tried to scare
Yep.
me.
Yeah.
Well, you kicked me, okay? Can't just let that go It's fine. I'll talk to the kid later and I'll get you back.
Ria, you have enough experience with the two of them to know that is probably true. So Sarah and Delenn, give me a perception check.
I
Sure.
would like to have an echo out. May I have advantage on my perception check with the help action from the echo?
Yes, but your echo has to be like patrolling.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, that's fine.
15.
Where'd my character sheet go? Perception is... How am I trained in it? And it's a +3. 17.
Okay. If someone would give me a D10 roll, I would appreciate that.
Go for it, Sarah.
Sure. Rolling for my doom. 4.
Thank you. All right, you guys have the watch.
So, Delenn, as it is now, how are you feeling after all of that?
After... What, the time travel?
Well, no, after the whole thing inside of the Fey Forest.
Good. Is that not a normal thing that people experience? I have
Well,
very little experience with it.
sometimes yes, but usually that's part of growing up. Trying to figure out who, what you are, and times what to call yourself. But not most people aren't an amalgamation of a bunch of others and then given their own independent personality. So your experience is unique to say the least. So it's what you make of it at this point. Reason why I'm checking on you.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty good. Got a bunch of new powers to kill people and things with, so gives her double thumbs up.
Also, I want to say thank you for contacting my mother all the times you did before what happened over beyond the Soaring Mountain Range.
Well,
She at least died
apparently-
knowing I was fine.
Well, apparently, if the Queen of the Fairies is to be believed, death isn't the end. And to be fairer, if what I can do is to be believed, and I mean we've seen a lot of it, and it saved her asses a lot of times, and it saved Ria's ass a lot of times, even though she won't admit to it. There's a world out there, probably lots of worlds, where she's still waiting.
Maybe, but not in this one, but
No.
I just hope she and my family, they didn't feel it. That's all I want.
Something like that, I'm sure they didn't.
Thank you. I needed that.
Now, we don't know how this whole Moon Bay thing's gonna go. This is easily the biggest thing that we've ever done before. So, promise me something. Whatever ends up happening, if, the world changes enough to where Skala's defeated and some other Skala doesn't take her place, don't let that hatred and that anger consume you and turn you into something like her.
Oh no. It's not hatred anymore. Or it never really was. It's not hatred. The only thing I feel anymore is I feel gratitude towards my family that I have been able to make it this far, and the people towards me, and the people that I have here. And I will honor that after Moon Bay. I will plant my forest and mark every single one of those bodies over my dead body. And I will show them how much I appreciated them. And then if I get a shot to actually kill the bitch, I'm going to take it. But if I don't get my shot, if I die before this, so be it.
Gee, that sounds a little bit angry.
There's a difference between anger and wanting justice. This is not blind rage. I'm upset, yes. I'm going to be upset until the day I die. But everybody passes one day, and they might have had a chance to pass peacefully, so I'll take it. It wasn't dying in the pain or the throes of being torn apart against demons. It was a better death in some ways than we had hoped to get. I'll take that much. And I'll make sure I mark their graves. I'll do that much.
He nods. Can I try and commune with one of the people in my head?
You may.
Okay.
Roll a d4 for me.
Oh, I don't get to ask for him.
Oh, do you
No.
have someone specific you want to talk to?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can try.
Hey, guy who was like the hero or whatever. I think you were
Sorrel?
a human with like really good. Yeah, Sorrel. Hey, Sorrel. You there?
It is a moment that passes before you hear a wispy man's voice in your head. Where else would I be?
Cool. I just want to make sure you can hear. Do you know the other three? Like, are you aware of the other three that are in here as well?
I'm aware of their presence.
Okay. What's the one chick's name? The lady who does like who has my like cloning powers?
Great question.
All right. Even the DM doesn't remember. I don't feel so bad.
Mara.
Ah. Okay. Cool. That was all. Hey, Mara, are you there?
Mara responds a moment after. I am.
So the way that I manifest your abilities is different from the way that you manifested your abilities, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can you teach me how to manifest them in a different way?
What I did was an arcane practice. I drew on energies of the ley lines of this land to supercharge well, for lack of a better term, a plane shift spell.
Right.
In
And like
doing s-
arcane magic is just like math and stuff, right?
There is a tinge of annoyance in her response to that.
I can do math and stuff.
Yes, it is just math and stuff. The fundamental wonders of the universe broken down into things that can be written in a book. But yes, it's just math and stuff.
Okay, cool. So you can teach me.
I could teach someone. I'm not certain I can teach you.
I don't need to like plane shift into other places. But what about just like teaching me how to like look into other timelines?
That is indeed much simpler than being able to transport yourself to it.
Yeah.
What would be your goal in this?
Be able to look into people in other timelines to make other people feel better. You know, not monster stuff.
What you need to understand about looking into these other timelines is that there are infinite of them. You
Mhm.
can find most anything you look for in one of these other timelines,
Nope, that's cool.
but you can also waste away going mad trying to live your life through them.
Honey, I'm halfway there.
My point is that telling someone or even showing them a timeline where they have what they want that they can never go to or experience is not kindness.
Maybe.
I merely give you the warning. Yes,
There's
I
a
will
lot
teach
of
you.
people that don't like gem bacon, but there's a few people that ate it and had no problem with it. They didn't know what it was, but apparently it tastes pretty good. And yeah, Sarah, I think this whole time you hear Gem's side of this. So he's just even the other Gem has stopped and is like, what the and is like,
I'm not
what's-
surprised by it anymore, knowing what Yeah. You've gone through. Your
Yeah,
character has gone through.
There's another
There's a
long
lot of
pause
baggage.
before Mara responds to that point.
Oh, sorry. Gem bacon is when I cut off pieces of my skin and then I fry it up like bacon. And then just have someone cast a healing spell on me because it's really hard to find food.
I was
sometimes
there.
Out in the
I know
woods.
what it is.
Oh, okay. You didn't say anything, so I thought maybe you weren't sure what it was.
I will teach you what it is you are trying to learn.
Cool.
It will take a degree of dedication and
That's a
time.
math term, degrees.
Help me. So she tells you to get a book and a quill.
Shit, do I have that in my inventory? I bet I do. I think we can probably just say. I mean, I'm a
you probably
spellcaster now. I think I have a journal.
Get yourself a Quilbert.
Quillbook? Yeah, I'm gonna say that I got one.
All right.
If not, I'll go and steal it from somebody. I have a poisoner's kit? Why am I been poisoning stuff? He says that out loud too as he's going through his bag.
Because poison in 5e isn't super great in that way.
I've made some awesome
Somehow.
poisons homebrew though.
Go ahead and make a flat intelligence check.
Oh, are you sure you don't want this to be a charisma? You know what? This is better than my wisdom. I'll take it. All right. Intelligent.
Are you sure it wouldn't be like strength for the strength of his
Hold
mind?
on. Are you sure? Because this is magic related, not an arcana.
This is speaking to your intellect and your ability to comprehend what she's talking about.
Yeah, that's arcana.
Yeah.
Arcana is an int skill.
Mm-hmm. Intelligence.
Well, that's a 13.
Okay. 13 is a
Not
success.
terrible.
It's your first success in doing so.
Hold on. Oh, if I succeeded there, that's fine. And unless would a higher roll potentially give me more successes or no?
No, not. I mean, maybe if it was a nat 20, I might give you an extra success for it, but
All right, then can I bring my echo over to sort of help? Like
no.
Oh, come on. It's like having two tutors.
You bring your echo over and just trying to explain what you're doing to him
You're
causes him a
playing
point of mental distress
telephone.
and he disappears.
You're
Well, I thought
playing
I'd done another one.
telephone with yourself.
Yeah, you're trying to now explain what she's telling you, and she's having to like stop and correct you. Like, no, that's not what I said. But
Roll
that is your
see
first
what I would've
success
got.
towards learning it.
Would have been a 15.
And yeah, Sarah, do you have anything you want to do on the watch?
Not in particular. That was kind of the goal there.
In the morning.
At
You-
some point,
Yeah.
I would like to leave my clone with Sarah, and I'll go check the perimeters.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm far enough away that I know she's not going to hear me, I just use my sending spell, since I haven't used it for the day, to send a message to Sarah's mom, even though I know that no one's getting it, letting her know that, she's still okay, and keep protecting her as much as I can until I can't.
And you do
God
so.
damn it, Robbie.
And you do so, and only silence greets you.
God fucking damn it. I was
Aw.
trying not to tear up as a person, let alone a character, because my character would have been bawling at that point.
So, morning comes and you all awaken. Breakfast is had, a meal of rations these days, and a cookie if you are lucky.
As we're sitting there for breakfast, I go, can you only pull out one of those at a time? Like, you have to eat one before you can pull another one out?
I can pull out 3 a day, however I want to.
That's it?
Mm-hmm. She nods.
I'm going to get on my sending spell. I'm going to send it to Tanya. You're able to give this kid an enchanted magic bag, and as the queen of the fairies, 3 cookies a day is the best you could do.
Wow.
Damn, really?
She replies back. She can draw from the bag 3 times. What she chooses to draw out is up to her.
I genuinely thought you said 12 earlier for some reason.
Well, she could probably fit 4 cookies in her hand.
Okay.
Hey, Lucky.
I just
Yeah.
interpreted the whole 3 as the kid being like, yeah, I'll share, but not too much.
That is how I interpreted it too.
Think of the grossest thing you've ever seen, and then see if you can pull it out that bag.
Why would I want to pull the grossest thing I've ever seen out of the bag?
And then give it to me. I'll show you. Wait, can you think it and then I could pull it out? Do you think that'll work?
I don't know.
Can we try?
I don't like where this is going.
Yeah,
I feel
Rhea
like that.
has a look on her face like, I think I know where this is going, and I
Okay,
don't
hold
like
on.
it.
I'm gonna.
Oh,
I'm gonna
I just
I'm gonna,
mean like,
I'm gonna whisper something. To her.
let's ask the fucking demon goddess's daughter to pull out the grossest thing she's seen. Like, we don't know what the fuck we're gonna get, but it ain't gonna be good.
Okay, she is willing to do that.
Okay.
And she reaches in, and a moment later, you see her kind of like wince up and cringe and pull out a spider. And then
And
she
then
hands
Glenn
it to you.
grabs it and tosses it to Rhea. How big is this thing?
It's a pretty sizable spider. It's like a tarantula.
Cool. Here you go.
Wow.
Toss it to Rhea.
Rhea just
Okay.
sits
Just hit
there,
her armor and fall to the
stone
ground.
faced. She
Wait,
saw this coming.
wait, that doesn't count as one of mine for the day, does it?
You can take anything out of that bag, not just cookies.
Why would I want something other than
Anything.
cookies?
I don't know. What if there was a bridge troll that was like, I have 5 cinnamon rolls and I will give it to you if you give me a stick of dynamite.
I don't know what dynamite is, and where are the 5 cinnamon rolls? Where's this bridge troll? Would he give us some?
Dynamite is like a bomb.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, you could take bombs out of that bag.
You could take the cinnamon buns out of the bag.
Rhea just gives Jem a look like, what have you done?
She's really excited about the cinnamon rolls.
And the bomb.
We're distracting her.
Wait a minute. Wait, so if I can take anything out, can I just take out more cookies? Like at once?
Oh my.
What if you could take out a package of cookies? Try that.
She goes in and indeed pulls out a small sack of cookies. And this is the happiest day of her life.
Nice.
She's,
By the way, do we have revivified diamonds? Because if not, tomorrow we should get a revivified diamond.
yeah, this is all she's used up for the day.
We need to. All right. Next thing we need to test it on is if we can pull magic items out of it, like potions, or legendary potions that give me 29 strength. That stupid fairy queens make me use to beat up my friends.
Maybe we don't push the limits of her bag and just let her have her cookies.
Granted,
Let her
I
have her fun. She's a child.
Granted, I haven't studied magic too much, but I don't feel like that would be possible.
When they say let her have her fun, I whisper to Lucky, bombs are fun.
She looks
I
at you
walk
and
up-
nods.
I
I
can't
walk
argue.
up to Lucky and go, whatever it is, whatever you like, you are a child. You're allowed to have your fun.
She's
I
eating
want
a
to point
cookie.
out Rhea did say cookies, not dynamite.
And Ariko watches this insanity from a distance. And does not question where this little girl got a bag that can make things. That's pretty cool. But you all continue on. About 5 miles south of Moon Bay, hidden in the dense God's Grass forest, sits the staging ground encampment. As Ariko promised, you are not alone in your efforts to liberate the prison city. About 100 people are camped out here in 3 rows of tents. Training dummies have been built out of foliage and logs, and small bonfires are cooking stew while the warriors practice. A command tent has been set up a little further in, and that is where Ariko leads you. Looking around, you notice that most of the people here are elves, though there are a smattering of Uruk, tieflings, and especially dwarves present as well. As Ariko pulls back the flap of the tent, the guard at the entrance doesn't seem to pay any of you any mind. Rhea, you notice that Laki's attention has been drawn elsewhere. Over by the training grounds, there are a number of horses stabled, including one that has recently foaled. She has her eyes locked on that recently born foal.
Get her the pony.
If you didn't
Take
take
care
out
of
those
this
cookies, you
meeting,
could
then
try
we
to
can
pull
go
a-
see the horse.
if you
What'd
hadn't
she
pulled
say?
Too many... Go ahead, Rhea.
We'll take care of this meeting, then we can go see the horse.
She
And
nods.
then I say, if you hadn't pulled out a cookie, you could have tried to pull a horse out of your bag.
I don't think I can lift a horse.
I'll help.
Fair enough.
Let me get some different music up. No.
Okay, you don't get to talk about ponies and then bring in music like this.
Oh, it's going to the command tent. Inside the tent, Ariko is welcomed back by her inner circle, consisting of 4 individuals. One of them is a dwarven man with salt and pepper hair and a long beard down to his stomach. He has a bow on his back with a quiver of arrows and wears simple studded leather armor. Another is an elven woman, and she looks like, well, Miriani. She has a similar height and build, though her hair is the same platinum blonde as Ariko's. Their facial features are certainly similar, and she seems to have taken note of it as you all enter. Leaning over a map on the table is a tiefling man. He has silver skin, and his braided white hair runs down the length of his back. He has a dagger on either hip, and his white eyes glance up at you all. Finally, a halfling woman is sitting on a stool and chewing on a piece of jerky. She's young, but has a rock-solid frame and a pair of scars down the left side of her face. Her red hair is buzzed short, and she looks like she is very short of patience.
I'm gonna go up to my doppelganger here.
Yep.
I'm gonna walk up to him, and I'm gonna Spider-Man meme. What's your name?
One moment. Trying to find something more appropriate to play here.
Oh boy.
Jem's going to summon a clone and look over his shoulder and go, we did that first.
I need to go find a stool, as otherwise I am not seeing any of this.
Oh, no, you're fine. I have my shadow clone get down on his hands and knees so that Sarah can stand on his back to be able to look over the table.
Jesus.
No.
To be clear, Miriani, she does not look exactly like you, but the it's similar.
Enough.
And she looks you over and nods. I am Kachiko. Nice to meet you.
Miriani.
Kachiko
Shake hand,
glances at
Draw
Ariko.
into hug.
She stiffens and then hugs you back. Mother, care to explain? And Ariko, Miriani, this is Kachiko, my oldest. This is Miriani of the Queen's Lament. And she just looks at you. Uh-huh. And if Miriani, if you had any question as to why this woman would have looked at you and just immediately thought you might be her daughter, those questions have now been answered.
Jem goes,
Reasonable.
she's your sister.
Yes, I gathered as much,
Okay.
little sister.
Hiya.
Hiya. Ariko nods. Allow me to introduce you to everyone. The dwarven man there is Brunar. He was actually involved in the construction of the prison facilities when the city was first turned into what it is now. The tiefling over there is named Maris, but we just call him Ghost for, well, pretty obvious reasons. There's not a
What's the
lock
reason?
he can't... because he looks like a ghost. Maris nods.
I don't see it.
Does he have eyes? It is said that there is not a lock he can't pick or a vault he cannot breach. So wherever we need to get to, he will be our man for that. And the young halfling there is Cassie. She has been, her village was torched to the ground, and I have been watching her ever since. Cassie gives a nod and takes another bite of her jerky. They all give a nod to you, and I'll allow you all to introduce yourselves.
Sarah Lightfoot, though. I don't know how much that last name means anymore after literally losing probably my entire tribe.
Delenn just kind of like
Oof.
points and yells at her. Your name's your name, all right? It's who you are.
True that. True that. Druid.
Anyway, I'm 16.
Okay.
I'm Delenn. That was a joke. You wouldn't get it. There's a lot of context you're missing.
They nod. Okay, Delenn. Nice to meet you.
That's also Delenn. He points to the clone who's still on the ground waiting to see if Sarah wants to use him to be able to see the table
Nope,
or
she
not.
found the stool already.
Oh, okay.
She's not going to
Gems.
do something inhuman.
Then
Okay.
Delenn sits on Delenn.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Don't worry, they do what they're told.
Ariko nods. They are an acquired taste, but they are very capable. And she looks. Lockheed immediately waves. Hi, I'm Lockheed. One of them glances towards Ariko. A bit young, I would say.
They have a dragon, okay?
To say
Objections
that she
withdrawn.
To say she is capable is a would be the grossest understatement you can make. Young she is equally powerful as she is young.
She gives a very sage nod. I'm very powerful.
I'm Miriani, and I suppose I'm home now.
I suppose you are, says Kachiko. Brunar kind of grunts. Well, welcome.
Same.
We have a lot of work ahead of us. You're the ones who destroyed Mortis Sylvana, yeah?
Aye.
Yep.
Sage nod.
We walked in like we owned the place, quite literally. Thanks to this weird one right here as I point at Delenn.
Yeah, that was my home. We blew it up.
He's got shape-shifting abilities. We basically walked right in, went up to the top floor and ransacked it clean, took her airship, and said, fuck off. Oh, and we also turned Scarlight against her.
They all glance at each other as if to confirm whether that is true or not, but no one seems to have a reason to disprove it.
Helped our 5th member ignited.
Yeah. She was the one who freed Scarlet.
You've all lived a very interesting life, says Maris.
It's been a very interesting past few months.
It sounds like it. Very well. Kachiko, you want to bring them up to speed then on what we're dealing with here? And Kachiko nods. And we will do so right after we take a break because the DM has to use the bathroom real quick. So we're going to take 5 minutes to get a drink, use the bathroom, whatever you got to do, and then we'll be back.
All right, BRB.
And yes, Robbie did almost make both Sarah and my character cry because that was an emotional moment no matter how you shake that. So how is everybody in chat doing tonight? As I suck on my inhaler.
The DM got shorter.
Hey Sarah, we could not hear that. She muted herself. But yeah, no, it is. It has. Sarah take over until
Yeah.
you know,
Sarah's the GM now.
until Callie gets out of the bathroom. If she pays the kiss tax. I know it very well. Let me put the inhaler down. I do not dance much, so. I has 2 left feet, in all sense of the word. Unfortunately, being trans does not make one capable of dancing all of a sudden.
Sarah does have a point. She's not using feet.
Fair, fair. I have no concept of moving my body in any pleasing manner. Is that a din underneath my feet? No. Though he is there, and he chased off his sister. Well, this is what he gets for doing that in the most rambunctious way possible. Come here. Come here, lone cat. Look at him. He's like, let me down.
That is the face that just says, "Mother, why?"
It's called Because I Can. And he irritates us at night. He meows. He howls to the point where he could wake up the neighbors if he wanted to. We probably would if there wasn't fire breaks in between these townhouses. So yes. When the cuddle bug is not cuddling and he wants cuddles, oh god, we are doomed. Oh, he is big baby. He is the biggest of babies. He can be quite needy though, so have no sympathy for him. Yeah, I think that was the most stretched out he's been since I've held him the number of times I've brought him over. So you guys really got to see it. It's like he's normally kind of condensed. He's not really spread out. So yes, you're an old man now. You're almost 8 years old. Oh, he's getting his cheek rubbings and scratches, so he's happy.
Sarah, look at me. Look at me. You are the DM now.
We are all kind of saying that she is the DM now.
Hi, Sarah.
Yeah, she hasn't been able to talk though. Callie muted it.
What did
Aw.
I miss?
She's just been
We have a new GM.
sitting there. Yeah, she's
Okay.
the new GM, and she's just been dancing.
Mhm.
And I brought over
Sarah,
Kite to annoy him.
Pick somebody to roll a d20 for you out of these 3.
Oh God.
All right, Kara, this roll is going to determine how well Zana responds to Maeve on Monday. So make a persuasion check.
A persuasion check from who?
Is Rhea trained in it?
No.
Yeah, go ahead. Rhea, make a persuasion check. A cross-dimensional, cross-timeline persuasion
You get to
check.
come down now. I'll put you back. Here you go. Back where you belong.
21.
Damn, that's pretty good. All right, Maeve might get laid next session. It is going to be session 69.
I got your back, Sarah.
Nice.
I've realized that at least in 5th edition, I've only played like 6 of the classes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I forgot monk, so 6. Oh, that's almost half. You know, the one positive thing that I will say about Threads being like a new platform that I'm on is the algorithm isn't all fucked up like it is for me on Twitter, where I see esports things, Overwatch things, Apex things, and entertainment things, comic things, and tabletop RPG things. It's literally just tabletop RPG things, because it's the only people I've followed and interacted with. Real nice.
Hi.
You're back.
I am.
Rhea
Skala's
just,
dead, by the way. We had a whole thing with Sarah.
Rhea was also an interdimensional wingman for Maeve, and Maeve's gonna get laid next session.
That's wonderful. Well done. Well done, Maeve.
It was a lot in a very short session.
Yeah. Yep. She actually defeated Skala while she was wingmanning, so
That's impressive.
it's definitely gonna be one of the new epic boons you can pick in 1D&D, I heard.
Well then. I guess I really don't have anything else prepared for tonight then. I'm gonna have to rewrite a lot of the lore, both of this world and for Whispers.
Can we get a roll credit scene? Do you have that prepared?
No, I don't. I didn't intend for us to roll credits tonight.
Oh.
I don't know.
Hold on. So does that mean we're gonna get a roll credit scene when we do finish the campaign?
I don't know. Maybe.
I'd like one.
I was gonna say we're gonna hold you to that now.
I'd
It
like
was
one.
implied.
Yep.
I
it
mean,
was.
we'll definitely
It was.
find out what happened to everybody.
I want actual credits, like a movie to roll up, though.
But it's like 5 people.
Shouldn't be too hard, then, should it?
No,
True.
didn't Sarah help with the overlay
Yeah.
a bunch?
Yeah. See,
It's
you gotta
like-
give credit for the
Give your
overlay.
wife credit
You
too.
gotta give credit for writing, for acting, for production. You gotta give credit. You have to give special thanks for any like inspirations that's happened.
Oh God, I gotta go
Any-
back and find
any-
all
any
the
of the-
inspos.
Any of like the websites that you
Any-
use, like Incarnate, the music.
Any
there's a
of the
lot,
people that
okay?
you bounced ideas off of?
Yep.
Great.
See, this is why the writers and the actors are striking, because it's shit like this.
This is all your fault, Callie.
All right. Cool.
Callie's like, so Skala's back alive and she's here.
Yeah, so Skala has arrived at the encampment. She murders Lucky and then turns her attention to all of you.
Wow.
Wow.
Wild.
I think it's time for the players to strike now.
Yeah, but if we do that, we don't get D&D.
You know what? I'll
Yeah.
DM for all of us. How about that?
There we go.
Neat.
No, I don't have time.
Are we really striking then? Like,
I would just like to say though, if I got players to strike and form a union, Lloyd would be so pissed because he's tried to get the players against the DM union going for like 3 years now.
All right. So, picking up, Kachiko lays a map down over the table, which I will show to you all now.
ooh.
That's a map.
Indeed.
Callie, I'm noticing a distinct lack of sacrifice engines.
Yeah, where the fuck are the sacrifice engines?
It's there. It's just called waste removal.
Wow, that's good branding.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Moonbay has a much better PR team than Bazazan does.
I don't know. Sacrifice engine sounds pretty fucking metal.
I mean, it sounds pretty cool, but it definitely makes it hard to want to live there.
Well, to be fair, when the sacrifice engines were made, I don't think they wanted anyone to live there.
I mean, that's totally fair.
They wanted you to die there.
I'm just saying they've had time to rename everything if they wanted to.
What does waste removal look like?
Waste removal is a tower. It looks like a small tower.
It's not a pit of razor blades.
It is not.
How does
It could
work?
be inside.
I mean, yeah,
They
you
take
haven't been
you up
inside
and
it
then
yet.
drop you down.
Is it a bunch of smooshy things that just smoosh stuff up?
No.
And then it drains into Moon Bay?
No. I wouldn't say it is not that.
Who's in charge here? Is it Miriani's mom?
In charge of the prison?
Like,
I was gonna say she will be in charge once we
Or
overthrow it.
in charge of the jailbreak?
in charge of like the people here?
The people here, it is, yeah, Ariko.
Okay. Can she explain to me the waste removal process?
Yeah, you want to ask her about it?
I do.
Okay. So upon asking about the waste removal facility, everyone in the room exchanges an uncomfortable look with each other. And Ariko does speak
Delenn
up.
is like stoic faced and like listening.
Is it public toilets?
No. The
Okay.
research ward of the Moon Bay Prison Complex is probably the closest thing to hell that you can find on this world. It is divided into a few different areas. There is an infirmary, though that is a generous word for what happens there. There is a research and experimentation facility and waste removal, where bodies are taken that have either served their purposes in the workyard or in the experimentation facilities. It is... Those who are taken in have, well, their essence drained from them, their spiritual life force, until all that remains is a withered, desiccated husk, which is then taken out and buried in a mass grave.
And what do they do with the life force?
Well, they get burials here.
Well, the waste is removed and buried, yes.
At Mortis Sylvanas, that was just the kitchen.
Are you trying to compare tragedy?
No, I'm saying at Mortis Sylvanas, they didn't bother going out and burying stuff. When one of us died, they would just, use it as food.
Mm. Well,
not
there would not be.
efficient.
There's not much left of anyone to use as food by the time they're dead here. But yes, that is what waste removal is. Lockheed looks horrified. That sounds terrible.
Oh, Lucky, cover your ears when we talk about stuff like that.
She just looks
Too
over
late.
at you. Okay.
What do they do with the energy though?
It is channeled towards the warden's tower, usually.
For
At that point, Kachiko speaks up. Lady Artrosk is said to feed on it.
So it is the kitchen.
in a manner
Um,
of speaking.
Delenn. So we need to make sure she goes away too.
Indeed, Kachiko speaks up. We have three main objectives here. First, prisoners must be freed and allowed to mobilize to assist in capturing the city. There's a good 100 of us here, but it's not enough to run the city. Secondly, we need to bring the dockyards under our control. Much of Skala's fleet is here, and if they have control of the docks, we'll never be able to get the city under our command. And third, the Dark Countess, Lady Morgan Artrosk, must be assassinated. If she is able to escape, well, it will not be long before she returns with the rest of the Wraiths of Syl. And that will be problematic, no matter how many of us are here.
Well, that last
So-
one sounds like a job for us then.
I'm probably going to need a degree of your help on all of them, but yes.
Well, I mean, we did already kill one of the wraiths, so we've got
Yeah.
experience.
We have
If you get me an opening, I might be able to single-handedly take out that entire navy.
three major problems to overcome. First is that the entirety of the Moon Bay Prison Complex operates under an anti-magic field.
Oh,
Does it work against shape-shifting of various forms, specifically his ability, and I pointed to Len, or wild shaping?
Wild shaping, I'm admittedly uncertain of. Delenn, is your ability to transform, is it arcane in nature, or is it a natural ability of yours?
DM, even though it's on my sword, that's a natural ability that I have, right?
It is a, yes, it is a natural ability you have.
Yep. Natural ability. Pure talent that was, scientifically inserted into my DNA.
That should still be effective then.
Does this
but-
mean that they can't use magic in there either?
Their officers seem capable of. They must have a magic item of some sort that allows them to bypass the field. Most of the people in there cannot, though.
Okay. I feel like that's kind of a priority, because if we don't, I'm kind of just wait.
Well, we might have It's just the facility, not the whole area, correct?
It is the entirety of the Moonbay Prism Complex, but we do know that the device which powers this is in the research ward, in the experimentation building. If that can be disabled or destroyed, you should have access to your magic throughout the facility.
You think you can handle that? Or Delenn, do you think you can handle that? Because I don't know if I will be of any use to you there.
By myself, probably not. Any of the forms that I have to take, they would know aren't supposed to be there.
That's
Our
fair.
second issue that we have to contend with is that indeed Skala's fleet is currently stationed here, and along with it, a sizable military force. Far from anything we would expect to see normally here, but there are a decent number of her soldiers here. So most of them are stationed in the dockyards, as they're not particularly interested in coming to stay among the inmates.
How representative is this map?
Hello there.
In what way?
Well, if we're able to shut that down, and this is a representative map, and there's only the 2 landing points, once my magic's back up, we can just set the docks alight.
Oh yes, burning this all into the sea is 100% a possibility.
Now, once the
I-
magic's solved, I can accomplish that.
Could I do an Arcana check on whether or not Cookie would be like if they transformed into a dragon and then flew into the anti-magic field, if it would revert?
You could do an Arcana check, and I would tell you what your intuition tells you. You don't have a way of knowing.
15.
Yeah.
Your intuition says that magic items and things created by magic items probably is not going to function in an anti-magic field.
Okay.
Our last problem to overcome is the incarceration blocks. Currently, they are home to, she glances over at Ghost, who nods, 48,712 individuals. The largest issue that we run into with that is that Lady Artrosk has a failsafe, a device she keeps on her, or at least usually she keeps in the warden's tower in her office. It effectively turns those 3 cell blocks into ovens.
Oh,
Scala would much rather those 40,000 people not exist than escape.
Well, once we can get
it
to her, I am very confident in this group's ability for her to not do that. You said it's a device she has, not like a magical command she gives.
It is not a spell. It is a device that she has. I've seen it once before when I was serving as her. It's not important. When I was in her office one time, it is an orb that sits on her desk.
I feel
Well,
like
we have
that should be
invisibilities.
one of the first things we do then. As I feel
But how
like
do we
once we start making trouble, that'll be probably one of the first responses.
No, Scala and her generals have too much pride. Even if we blow up the experimentation building, she's not going to immediately destroy all the leverage they have to begin with. That's a last resort. Fuck you, you're not going to win type situation. But speaking of blowing up the experimentation building, how big of a bomb would we need to do that? And do you know if the anti-magic field has an upper limit?
That was about to be my question on the upper limit.
I think in terms of destroying the experimentation facility,
Or at least the area that... Do you know exactly where the device is located in there?
I can't be certain of where, no.
Okay, then how big of a bomb would we need to blow up the whole thing? Unless the DM prepared a layout for it specifically, then we're probably not going to get that.
Pretty sizable to destroy an entire building.
Like, let's say that we had a thing of dynamite that was like 6-inch diameter and then like 4 feet tall.
A 4-foot tall stick of dynamite.
Yeah.
That would make a significant dent. Talking as a player.
Yeah, I'm
point, not
trying
as
to figure out in my head like what it takes to destroy a building.
Kara?
Yeah,
how much
Kara,
dynamite would we need to take out like a DMV? An evil DMV. That was just the same thing over and over again.
An evil MV, if you will.
An evil MV.
I
Get
think.
back to us on that.
And how are you planning on getting a large thing of dynamite in there?
Well, we don't have to get it in there. We just have to get it above it and then drop it on it.
I can handle that part if necessary. I have several ways of flying.
We also have a dragon.
I could also make a dragon if necessary, or I can make a small dragon spirit if I had to.
So your hope is to rain explosives down upon the facility and then storm the gates?
Yeah. Or
Hopefully
sneak our
magic-
way in, have the experimentation building blow up, and then immediately be able to storm the warden's tower or the dockyard.
I think your second plan is better. Once the front gates are
Yeah.
closed, storming Moonbay's prison complex is going to be immensely difficult.
We
And
want to get in
Calvert-
there before we start making a fuss.
And Callie, my character obviously would not know this, but Wild Shape is magical in nature, therefore the anti-magic field would
Yeah.
pop her right out of it.
Yeah, they've already sent for like a druid in the area, like someone who's been a druid in there. You are quickly informed that it doesn't work. This is a prison designed to hold people who are magical. Like elves are typically a magical people. Many of them have Nodweir companions, none of which can be summoned in here or interacted with in here. This is it's a prison in a magical world.
I was gonna say it's like the D&D equivalent of where they send of like the special prison they have in the Marvel comics.
Yeah, exactly. I think your idea of using an explosive to destroy the experimentation building is not a bad one. I just think we need to be smart about how we do so. If you can take control of the processing building and open the front gates, we don't need to magically bring it in. We can carry in explosives and destroy the door into the research ward and the experimentation building.
I mean, getting past the door is fine. I was hoping we just take it all out in one go.
That's
I
fair.
might not be able to with that anti-magic barrier up, though. That's the problem. And sneaking in, say, explosives and just cracking that thing open, it's not a half bad idea, as then we can get in bigger explosives.
Holding the processing building allows us to bring whatever in and out we want to.
So that might be
Um,
our target then.
Semi out of character, but I would assume that's essentially the city's sort of like equivalent to like customs.
Yeah, so processing is where they would explain to you. Processing is where people who are going to be interred as prisoners here go first to be properly
Okay,
checked
so-
in and branded.
So yeah, basically, if we gain control of that, we can just fucking
You can open the front doors, basically.
we can put a fucking door stopper in.
Basically. Yeah, it's not quite the jailbreak because you still have to get into the incarceration ward where people are held, but like it would allow you to bring stuff in and out of the prison complex.
It is the primary entry point.
And to 16's point, the warden of this place is not likely to fucking bake the prisoners over that. Like, she's got more pride than that.
Well, to also clarify, Miriani is wanting to not risk that.
That's reasonable. You have a lot of potentially family here.
I mean, even that aside, she's not about. Her whole thing is literally about stopping bad things happening to other people because of this shit.
That's fair. So it sounds like you at least have a idea for getting in. If you're able to take control of the processing building, from there, it is a relatively short walk to the research ward and to the experimentation building, which can be blown up. From there, where do you want to go?
At that point,
You'll
our
have your magic at
objective-
that point. So
At that point, we our group, Queen's Lament, as a strike force, go for the head while everybody else sees about getting the prisoners.
Also,
Right?
are there any windows or viewing area up in that office area where the warden is?
she has a good view of the entire prison facility from up there.
Good.
Almost like it was designed for it.
It is the warden's tower.
I can get up there. I think that might be the best place to put me is once that magic field is up, I go air elemental and I get my butt up there as fast as I can. I could take out that break-in, surprise, get that item off her desk. I hope it's there.
What happens
then
if she's
you guys
in the
can
room?
I gotta have an element of surprise, smash job, get out, and
What if she's
At-
there?
if she is there, I'm hoping she doesn't have enough time to react.
Not good enough.
So that is a
Separate,
bold
Yep.
assumption.
We're not
Lady
separating.
Lady Artrosk is... She's the Dark Countess. She is the leader of the Wraiths of Syl, and she is that for a reason. She is the greatest traitor in the history of Elvenkind, and she is powerful.
Question to the DM.
Mm-hmm.
So we have these kind of different objectives here, and you said to an extent we're going to be having a hand in all of them. Is your intention that we will be present at all of them? Like dungeon crawl through experimentation, run to the Warden's Tower, go through the
You
Warden's
don't
Tower.
actually need to do like dungeon crawl through experimentation. I do not have like a map made out for experimentation.
Cool.
You do however you want. I have battles planned for a few different areas that you could do, but you aren't required to. Like if you don't want to do the dockyard, you
said-
actually don't have
And
to.
you said that she has like a small army, right?
She said most of their army is stationed in the dockyard. Yeah.
And you said something about like 150 people. We could see 150 people when we arrived.
You have about 100 soldiers here that are
and then
to
there's
be
a
used to
bunch
fight.
stationed in the dockyard. Okay.
Oh,
Based
sorry.
on our
You guys have 100 soldiers here. She has Lady Artrosk has a small army stationed in the dockyard.
right. Oh yeah. Of course. All right. So, what Delenn would suggest then is the biggest danger here is the Wraith of Syl. We're the ones who have the experience with dealing with a Wraith of Syl.
Mm-hmm.
So we should help come up with a plan for experimentation to get the anti-magic aura disabled. We should be waiting near the Warden's Tower to storm that when it goes down, and then hopefully either those from experimentation or a third contingent go to the incarceration ward to start trying to get them out while we deal with the Wraith of Sil. That way, even if we fail, hopefully they can get a bunch of people out before it's potentially dinner time.
Kachiko looks at you and nods, and then looks over to Ghost. Ghost, what do you think the chances are if our friends here are able to take the processing building using stealth and subterfuge? What do you think the chances are that we could hold it for 20 minutes without the alarm being raised? Ghost seems to consider that for a long moment.
Callie, as this is going on, I would like to use... How many people besides our party are around the table here? We have Miriani's sister, Miriani's mom, Ghost.
Yep, there it is. Cassandra, Ghost, Kachiko, Brunar, and Ariko. And then Lucky.
Okay. Not Ariko, but the other 4. As this is happening, I want to use Detect Thoughts. Spend 20 seconds on each of them looking at their surface thoughts to see if I can detect anything that might insinuate that they could potentially be some sort of mole.
Got it. The surface level thoughts for Brunar are...
I can make some sort of roll if you would prefer that, like inciting into them or something.
No, I don't think you need it for this. For Brunar, it's excitement, I think. You sense a lot of guilt in this man for things that he has done, and a chance at redemption is on his mind here.
Okay.
In Kachiko, at the suggestion of what was just made, hope. She likes your idea of destroying experimentation, and then the army can be taken down to the dockyard and towards the Warden's Tower. She seems very much into this. Ghost is in deep contemplation, trying to recall back. You can tell that at some point he worked in the processing office, so he knows the ins and outs of it, and he's trying to think of like what would need to be done to ensure that the processing office could be taken over and allow you guys to start moving stuff in without raising the alarm. And Cassandra just is, you detect boredom and a overwhelming desire to punch someone in the nose.
That's a rough and tumble halfling if I've ever seen.
She
That's
is.
a halfling
Is it-
barbarian if I've ever seen it.
Someone specific or just I gotta break a face?
She just needs. It's been like an hour since she has gotten in a fight, and she needs to get in a fight.
I'm gonna take my 20 seconds on her to try and push deeper.
On Cassandra?
Yeah.
All right. You have to make a
DC
check now, right?
She has to make a save. Wisdom DC 16.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that wisdom is not her best.
You know what? I think Delenn recognized that.
I rolled a 3, and to that I get to add a -2
Oh,
for a 1.
So let me see here. I already got
non-natural 1. I love it.
Just double check exactly how this probing deeper works. You probe deeper. If it fails, you gain insight into the reasoning, if any. It's a
I'm sorry.
state.
She actually has a +4 to wisdom. I was looking at ghosts, but she still fails.
Yep. So it says that I gain insight into their reasoning, if any, their emotional state, and something that looms large in their mind. So as I realize that I sort of got through, I'm going to ask Ariko, and you're sure that everyone here you can trust, no one's still in Skala's pocket, to see how she responds to that.
Okay.
Or her emotional response
Yeah.
to that.
Ariko responds immediately with a affirmative that she trusts everyone here with her life. And Cassandra's thoughts on that are she's offended. You are the ones who were just hired in out of nowhere to come do this. They've been planning this operation for a year now. You can tell looming in her, she wants vengeance. This is a girl who grew up in that prison facility, and it was not a pretty upbringing, and she has a lot of anger. And she is very much looking forward to, if she gets the chance to fight Lady Artrosk, she's going to kill her. And it doesn't matter what she has to do or what she has to sacrifice to do that. She's going to kill this woman.
Cool. Give
Well,
thumbs
good
up.
thing that's what we're all trying to do.
Now, let me make sure that when this wears off, they don't know that I did that.
I think if you probe deeper, they know no matter what.
I think at a certain point they do, yeah.
I think once
know-
it ends, either way the target knows you're probing its mind, and unless you shift your attention to another creature's thoughts, the creature can use its action to end it. Alright. Alright, so yeah, I give thumbs up and goes, alright, cool, was just checking. And as I say, was just checking, I look over to you. said she's a halfling?
Yeah.
Okay.
She is a built halfling.
Yep.
She is a monk.
You can
Oh,
never
boy.
be too sure.
Mm-hmm. But she is very young and very hot-headed still. So indeed, Ghost finally seems to confirm. I think it's possible. There are, ironically, the processing station is not incredibly well guarded. The prisoners there are held in cells and they're taken through and processed in, but there's probably only a token guard force in the processing facility itself.
That
Is there
sounds
a-
right. She's
there a
usually
way-
overconfident.
Is there a way to visibly identify who has the special items that make the anti-magic field void to themselves?
Yes. You well,
If we
sorry,
were to fight
yes there
through-
is, but they don't know what it is.
Okay. So there's no way, like, as we're fighting through the processing, to make sure we take out people who could
To loot them.
magically. Well, not just that, but to take them out before they could like magically
Like raise an
alert
alarm.
other people. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't know how it's done. They only know that people of a certain rank and higher can do it.
You don't know where
Hello
that
there.
rank starts though, and how to denote
Rhea.
who they are.
Rhea, make a history check.
Oh
He
no.
probably
I give-
knows.
Can I give the help action with
She
insight
might.
that I may have from Mortis Sylvanas?
I'll let you give it
Health
help.
advantage or a boost? I can never remember.
Advantage.
Well, that's good because the first one was a 3. 19 for 18.
Damn it, Rhea. 18's still really good though.
You know a little bit about this. There are, well, here's what you know. You knew some people who worked at this facility back when you were an officer still. And one of the things that the people of this facility would frequently talk about was being high enough rated to get your tattoo.
Magic
No.
tattoos.
Rhea will
That-
just shake her head. It's a tattoo.
Okay.
Are there any
That makes
tattoos
it
that
worse.
high-ranking officers have that you're familiar with?
At that, Ghost actually lights up. Oh, I wonder if you mean the collar. Some of the guards there have a tattoo of a collar around their neck.
I don't mean for this to come off insulting, but the fact that we were able to figure it out in like 10 minutes and you've been here like your whole life or whatever, it's not a great look.
They shrug.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
anyone
we
with
had
tattooed
additional
collars,
information.
anyone with tattooed collars should be the first ones to be taken out, so that they can't spread word quicker.
Well, normally you won't be able to see it. The guard's uniform covers the neck, but I only know because I served as a chambermaid.
Fair enough.
And how are we getting in? What's our plan?
We have the what do we do when we get in? Do you have a way to get us in?
I believe I do, says Ariko. I was fortunate enough to ambush a returning prison patrol. Well, they're all dead, but what isn't dead is she holds up a writ that explains that she has 6 prisoners being brought in. How do y'all feel about going to jail?
I mean,
Wouldn't
I
be the
was
first
going.
time.
I was going
feel
to
like I've been here
suggest.
before.
I was going to suggest that sort of plan for myself, since I won't be of much use until we bring that field down, anyways.
Same. Outside of maybe scouting above the field, if it has a ceiling even. I'm kind of useless, and I know I would be a known target, as well as Miriani.
Laki looks around. I'm not real good at punching, but I'll try.
The plan would be to not have to punch anything until the magic goes down, because even I won't be able to do much. My
Uncle Delenn, will
main
you teach me
weapon
how to
is
stab
magic.
somebody?
Yeah, you use the pointy end. It's not hard. I'll
Is that
teach you how
really
to
all there
punch.
is to it?
All there is to
Pointy
it. You just
end
put the
in.
pointy end into people.
My unarmed attack has a +3.
I mean,
It's
didn't
not
Lucky
great.
have like a couple weeks of training with Sarah?
Yeah, that's fair.
Mhm. I worked on that kid's swordplay.
So, in the processing room, Ghost speaks up. We're probably looking at 2 guards and maybe a lieutenant or a captain stationed there. If you can handle them in a quick and stealthy fashion, it could work.
How many spell slots do you have, Miriani?
Presumably I got the long rest, right?
Yes.
Well, and we'll probably go after a long rest anyway, so assume
Do
you
you-
had a long rest.
Do you mean like total or like highest level or what?
Well, because I don't want us to burn through a bunch of like your really powerful spells just getting in. But how long does greater invisibility last for?
It would drop the moment we penetrate that barrier.
Minute.
Right. Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah,
but
it's
yeah,
a
but
minute.
Between me and Rhea, we should be able to take out 2 guards.
Okay.
If we have the Sarah and Miriani assisting each of us, it shouldn't be a problem.
And if I use upcasting, I have 6 slots that can cast that.
Yeah, I completely forgot about the stupid anti-magic field anyway, so it's fine.
Also that.
Very well then.
Regular invisibility, while still not dealing with that problem, lasts, I think, an hour.
Then
I can hide my sword.
Yes, I think then the best way is I will, or Ariko will pose as your. No, she's an elf. That wouldn't be who they would suggest. They would suggest Ghost. Actually, would be the one to do it. Ghost will serve as your captor and bring you all in, and he will handle the lieutenant while you take out the guards. At that point, we'll open the doors and as quickly and as quietly as possible, bring in our explosives for the experimentation facility, and that going up in smoke will be your cue to invade the warden's tower.
Now,
This is
is
a good
this
plan.
a question for the DM? Is this taking out the guards going to be like an actual little fight, or will this be like if we can get a drop on them?
I will be
skill
doing it
check
as a
and-
skill challenge.
Yep, that's fine. Okay.
Fair enough.
Yep, the goal will be to take out the guards without alerting the facility, and that will be the skill challenge.
One more thing. Very
Mhm.
importantly, if any of you end up in the room with us after the Wraith is dead, don't touch her weapon.
Yeah,
And don't eat her either.
I mean, that's also good advice.
Very well then.
Unless you can shapeshift into people after you eat them. He
But her
mutters that under
weapons
his
are
breath.
made for the Wraith, and they react poorly if anyone else touches them.
Understood. Very well then. Ariko. Now I will go gather up the explosives that we're going to need and instruct a team on where they're going to be going, and we'll
You
do
need
some
more-
drills tonight to make sure they do it quickly.
You need more explosives?
If you have them,
Talk to us in the morning.
will do. She nods and sets off to go start requisitioning whatever explosives they have available. And they actually, I mean, they've been building up for this for a year. They actually have a decent supply of things to do for this assault. They've been preparing for it for a while.
I will take Laki and Rhea aside and be like, all right, look. Tomorrow morning, if you help us pull out of that bag the biggest bombs you can think of, when we get back to a place that isn't scary, like the Fey Forest or whatever, I will teach you how to make cookies.
She looks at you for a moment and then looks to Rhea. Can you really make cookies? Is that just something you can do?
I was never any good at it, but
I mean, technically, yeah, anybody can learn to make cookies. It's basically
What?
just math. It's basically just math.
Everything is just math.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes,
you
that's
learn-
literally
Teach you
existence.
how to cook.
So if you learn math, there's nothing you can't do.
I want to learn math.
Okay, that I can't teach you. I'm bad with it, but
Okay.
2 + 2 = fish.
maybe we talk to your Aunt Sarah on that one.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'll
I
get
know
you
how
what
to cook.
I'll get you the bombs out, but you have to teach me how to make cookies.
I will
Try my
teach you
best.
how to make all the cookies you want, and I will teach you my mom's recipe.
how would you like cookies that have chocolate and marshmallow in them?
What's a marshmallow?
Oh,
like a gooey,
oh,
sugary
you
thing.
have not experienced one of the most glorious things ever to be made for food.
I don't know how Delenn knows what a marshmallow is, but
I mean, you've probably seen a marshmallow. You were on
At this
the
point,
good side of the Soaring Range for a little bit.
oh, I was gonna say in Mortis Sylvanas. Okay.
No,
on
it
the
would have
good
been
side of the
after.
Soaring Range.
No. There was one experiment where they were like, "This is a marshmallow," and they placed it in the middle of the room, and then all of the clones just had to fight for who got the one marshmallow.
No, they definitely gave everyone a marshmallow first so they could taste it, and then put the marshmallow in the center of the room.
Everyone got
God.
to lick it, and then they put that same one in the center of the room.
Ugh.
And there it is.
Yeah.
Sarah just describes a marshmallow as take one of your sugar cookies about this big, now condense it into something like that, but still has all the sugar and it's fluffy.
She just starts bouncing. She's very excited about this prospect.
I'm like,
It's
so
a
if
sugar
you do
cloud.
that,
I want a
and
sugar cloud.
and I will make sure I come out of this alive, and I will teach
If
how
you
to
don't
make
pull out
cookies.
bombs, I'll just kill myself.
Well, you're all coming out of this alive. Right?
Never any guarantees about anything like this, Aki. Let that be your first lesson about fighting. Never, ever think if you're going into something like this that is dangerous, that you're gonna make it out alive. Because the second you think you are, that's when you let your guard down.
She thinks about that for a long moment.
You are never safe until you're out.
Okay.
It's okay. We'll look out for you.
Ria's just
I'll
gonna
make
kind of
sure.
wrap her tail around her like protectively.
I'm gonna conjure up a mage hand that'll hold one of her hands.
She looks up at you, Rhea. If I die, will you bury me with Cookie?
You're not
Look,
gonna die.
Cookie is a very powerful magic item, and you should want people to use it in the fight against what's-her-face. Tell you what, when the war's over, she can bring Cookie back to you then. But you're not gonna die.
But
no one in there is dumb enough to try and hurt you, knowing who you are.
she thinks about that. Well, then I will just tell them all who I am. I am Lucky Rhea's daughter.
Yeah, that's fine. Question, Callie.
Oh.
Question. I know Lucky pretty well, right?
Yeah, I'd say you all do at this point.
Okay. She's a clone of Scala, right?
She is.
Who's in the room with us right now?
Everyone at the moment.
Everyone? Okay. They're up.
If you want to talk to her privately, you obviously can. They're just starting to gather up. The meeting's over.
If there's a private place that I can just step into really quick, that would be fine.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Can I try and shapeshift into Scala?
Sure.
Okay, I try.
Oh boy.
You are able to shapeshift into a child Scala.
No. Alright, never mind then. Actually.
But
I'll wait till later. Alright.
Okay.
I will look at the other halfling and I'm like, you look punchy. I got some rage to work out. Want to go
Wow.
see which one gets bloodied up more?
She doesn't answer you. She just cracks her neck and gets up off her stool and starts walking with you.
Hey, make sure you
Oh.
set the rules that she's not allowed to turn into a bear.
I would love for her to turn into a bear.
Alright, turn into a bear.
it's on. The moment Sarah steps out of the tent, we're going Earth Elemental.
That's not
She
a
hasn't
bear!
gotten to play like this yet. And she's just pounding fists together like, let's go, bitch.
Yeah, she will
I
throw.
will-
She'll throw down with you.
Yeah, there's a lot of emotion in Sarah right now, and she needs to get it out.
Mm-hmm. Un momento. Boom.
Yeah.
While you're pulling that up, Ria's
Mhm.
gonna kind of like wipe at her eyes, scoop Locky up into a hug, and be like, "Still want to go see that horse?"
She nods, as if nothing else matters right now, except for that horse. And she puts her arms around you so you can carry her. All right, Sarah, you throw down with this way of shadow monk, and she is a hell of a fighter for as young as she is. I would say neither of you have reach and neither of you have flexibility, but she punches real fucking hard, and when she punches, it hurts. If you want to actually, I won't say we actually do a fight, but give me a Constitution saving throw and a spell attack roll.
As Sarah or as the elemental?
Whatever you would be fighting in.
Okay. And I gain my proficiencies from this one. Oh no, I won it because physical attributes, but it still makes it better anyhow. Add my proficiency to that. So
Very
it would
nice.
be 27. And I will roll the spell attack we're adding 3 to this. Because I am wild shaped. So 18.
So, as she starts punching, you can tell she's punching hard, but you are a earth elemental, and well, it's not super effective against you. You are quite able to take a lot of the punishment from her, and even she seems surprised by how much. But likewise, when you attack back, her body may as well be made of stone. She is fucking ripped. And punching her is like punching a wall. And she seems to be able to either dodge out of most of your attacks or shrug off the blows. She is a pretty potent fighter.
After a number of exchanges and I start to tire a little bit because I'm not able to fucking whack this thing, I'll just drop down and I'll go, okay, we're done. Feel better? 'Cause I sure as hell do.
She looks around and sees one of the other dwarves in the area kind of having a drink and chuckling, walks over and punches him out. And then she goes, now I feel better.
Sarah's actually cackling at that.
Cassandra is, she's got some anger issues to work out.
She an angry halfling. Holy shit. I thought Sarah was angry. No. That is angry.
Yes. Rhea, you carry Laki over towards the stable area where these horses are currently just grazing. But there is one little foal that is trying its damnedest to, stand and walk with the older horses. And it's still stumbling over its dumb little legs. But it's getting there, and Laki is just over the moon at the baby horse. She's really, really excited about it. But she explains to you that it's actually not a pony, and that ponies are actually just like smaller horses. This is a foal. That's a bit of trivia she knows, and that is something she explains to you.
I see.
Mm-hmm. This is probably the happiest anyone has ever seen Rhea.
Mm-hmm. I would say Laki too. She is very pleased at the baby horse. But yeah. Meanwhile, Rhea is just sitting here like, oh my gosh, she called herself Laki, Rhea's daughter. I'm dying.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah,
gotcha.
her heart broke.
Mm-hmm. All right. So in the morning, you all will begin your assault on the prison complex. You're explained that prisoners are not typically brought in during nighttime, so you'll need to hold with it. You'll need to come in the morning. But you have the night to yourselves. There is definitely a calm before the storm sort of feeling in the camp. You can hear a lot of whispering and talking as people seem to be aware that what they've been building up to for a year is happening tomorrow, and that there's a very good chance that every last one of them is going to die. To most people, the idea of attacking a Wraith of Syl remains utterly insane. Here only recently has it begun to reach that Governor Iris was slain. And even then, she's considered to be one of the weaker of the Wraiths of Syl. This is Lady Morgan Artrosk, who is unquestionably the second most powerful person on the continent behind only Skala.
So, in the morning when we all wake up, we help Laki take the 3 biggest bombs that we can pull out of that bag,
Mm-hmm.
and then show up to wherever everyone's getting ready. We're like, here's some extra bombs.
Yeah, so the first one that you pull out is a plushie of a bomb. It is a big stuffed animal bomb that she's very excited about.
I'm imagining it's a Final Fantasy bomb plushie at this point.
You explain to her that no, it needs to be a functional bomb, And so she nods, and on the second try, she is able to get out. She pulls out a large wrapped number, like 20 sticks of dynamite, and she hands it over to you. This seems functional. And for the third one, you say that you want something that is going to burn a little bit hotter. So she tries to imagine like what a firebomb would look like in her mind. And what comes out of it is effectively C4 with like napalm around it.
Basically, she just made thermite.
Yeah, she made thermite, basically.
That's literally what I was thinking of, was like, we
Those are-
need some thermite.
You
Those
just
are very
effectively
different
described
things.
thermite.
Yeah, she thinks back to when she was in Mortis Sylvana, and this one time, this one scientist came in, and he had a bunch of, like, different powders, and then he poured a little bit of liquid on one, and it burned, like, this bright white color and, like, went up like this. And then they poured a drop of it on her hand, and it really, 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 really hurt. And she just remembers what that felt like and what that looked like, and she pulls out a big sack of it.
All right, now remember, never pull this out of your thing unless an adult is there and asks you to do it.
What if it's
And
not
it's an
one of you?
And it's an adult you trust.
Oh, okay. And yes, if you're wondering, yes, they put a drop of thermite on her to see what would happen, and it did not go well for her.
Or presumably them.
No, it did not go well for them either.
Also, do you want to see something really cool?
She nods. She would very much like to see
Rhea-
something very cool.
Rhea, can you wait outside for us?
Gives you a skeptical look and then steps outside.
Okay. Don't freak out. I learned I can do something yesterday.
What did you learn you can do?
I shapeshift into her. Okay, now, I
Oh,
want you to wait 20 seconds after me and then do the exact same thing I'm about to do, okay? I
She
grab
just
one stick
nods.
of dynamite, and then I run out the door yelling, "I have a bomb!" and just run past Rhea.
and 20 seconds later, Locky runs out yelling, "I have a bomb!" and follows after.
I feel like Rhea caught the Delenn Locky and now is like between the one she's holding and
Yeah, she immediately points at the other Locky. It was his idea.
It was her idea. His idea. If I summon an echo right now, who does it look like?
It would look like Jem.
I summon one and he's pointing at both of them. It was their idea.
And we Spider-Man meme.
That's how you do
nice
it.
try, Delenn.
3 times in 2 nights.
Yep.
All right, yeah. Then we take all the good bomb stuff to
Yeah.
the people, and we're like, "Here you go."
Ariko looks surprised, but
Did you doubt us?
no. I just have never seen powder that burns quite like this.
It'll work well. Let's just say that we have a magic bag that we can pull anything out of.
Locky looks up. We do have a magic bag we can pull anything out of.
But he puts his hand over her mouth before she can finish.
Oh. And she's like, she like thinks a moment later. To be clear, I have a magic bag I can pull anything out of.
Hey, there's no I in team.
She thinks about that. There is an infernal.
Not
Right,
wrong.
we're not all infernal.
This is also true.
It is the official language of the continent, you know.
Laws are made to be broken. Fuck
I actually didn't, but now I do.
Scala does say that infernal, or tiefling, as she would say.
No,
is-
it absolutely makes sense. I just
Yeah.
didn't realize that.
She actually detests both the language of tiefling and infernal. She prefers it. She prefers to speak Alcanan. But that is neither here nor there. So, at that, you all head out. Ghost takes the lead and puts on a officer's uniform that they apparently were able to steal away at some point. And he gathers up all your weapons to be thrown back to you as needed, and puts them in a sack and throws it over his shoulder, and starts to lead you all towards this prison complex. Which I guess now we can switch to a more appropriate music. Hundreds of years from now, Moon Bay will be considered the most beautiful city on the continent. And to look at it now, the very thought of that seems like a joke. On the westernmost point of the Bloody Bay sits the Moon Bay prison complex. Like a cankerous sore, its dark steel walls climb 100 feet into the air, and beyond them you can see the air itself just barely shimmer, the only clue as to the anti-magic field in the area. On the southern side of the city, you can see mass graves and piles of bodies that are being shoveled in by the wagon load. Even from this distance, the smell of death attacks your senses. Watchtowers are stationed every 100 feet along the wall, and massive conjurations of light illuminate the area, making it look like daytime even in these early morning hours. It is said that the facility is indeed home to over 50,000 captives and prisoners of war, yet you would expect a much larger garrison here if that is the case. The armies do seem to be somewhat pulled away right now, probably due to the massive war that is happening. You make your way over towards the main gates, which are slightly ajar, enough to allow people to march through. Surprisingly, those gates are ajar, though they lead straight into the processing facility. The roughly Y-shaped building has 2 temporary detainment wings where prisoners wait until they can be properly processed into the prison. As you enter, there are 2 large desks where prisoners are being processed. Down hallways to your right and left, you can see a number of cells. In a room off to your right, there are a line of chairs where people's heads are being shaved and a tattoo station where they are branded. There are, indeed, as Ghost said, only a couple of guards in here. There are 2 near the door, and a third one is standing over by one of the detainment wings, bringing out another elf up to the desk. There's a human man in his 30s behind the desk in charge of processing. He looks to be very gruff and surly, and he is demanding quick answers from this terrified elven man who is trying to stutter out his responses. But that is what you see as you enter. One of the guard who just brought the elven man out walks over to you and looks to Ghost. Another group coming in. Where's the writ? And Ghost produces it and looks it over. All right, 5 coming in from Stone's Throw. All right. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks good. All right. There's 2 cells down the west wing. You can probably fit them in there for right now. It's probably 4 days till processing time, though. And Ghost nods and starts to walk you over towards the cells, and you guys can do what you want to do.
Is this the room where we're supposed to take out the guards?
The room you're in right now, yeah.
Yep. So then I sort of make eye contact with Rhea and nod. And then we probably figure out beforehand which of our 2 squishier people would help with which so that we can get advantage on the checks.
Yep.
All right. What are we rolling?
I would say athletics or acrobatics, depending on how you want to handle them.
I'm voting for athletics.
All right.
I'm going to go ahead and
athletics.
use my plus 13 athletics as well.
I
All right, I'm going to knock on wood and get a little humble here before I roll a fucking 2 and a 3.
would say at that, Ghost is going to use acrobatics to try to leap over the desk and apprehend the lieutenant before he can make a call for help.
Could I attempt to do a performance to try and keep their attention?
Yes, and if you succeed on it, I'll give everyone advantage on their rolls.
Ooh, okay.
Miriani, go ahead and perform.
Oh, it's that kind of party.
What'd you roll?
That totals up to a 31.
All right, what do you do?
Oh, well, I've been practicing dancing. I will give them a fancy dance.
One of the prisoners just starts dancing. It's like really good.
I mean, to be fair, it will definitely keep their attention also from what the fuck is going on.
Okay. All right. Rhea, Jem, go ahead and roll with advantage.
I got a 25, so I like to think that I'm standing next to the guard as he's like, wow. And I'm going, I didn't even know she could do that. And then as he looks at me and then realizes what's happening, I just punch him.
Okay.
28.
All right. So here's kind of the breakdown of what happens in this moment. Miriani, this was not part of the plan, but Miriani goes full on Star-Lord and starts challenging everyone to a dance competition for the fate of the universe.
Fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Can you feel the beat?
Yeah, exactly. And the guard is very confused and is wondering, like, am I supposed to start dancing? The lieutenant walks over to this, looking completely unamused, and backhands Miriani across the face.
Ouch.
And starts yelling. At that moment, Jem, you punch out one of the guards. Rhea, you tackle the other one to the ground and put your elbow into their throat and just start pushing down. And the ghost quickly just darts forward, spins around, and puts a blade into the lieutenant's back, but not to kill him, just to make it so he shouldn't move, which he does not like very much.
That's not acrobatics at all.
I mean, it was a quick move action. I mean, I just made an attack roll for him, basically. rolled very well.
Jem's gonna go up and pull down the collar to see if he has a tattoo on.
The lieutenant does have a tattoo collar. Laki, meanwhile, is just like, whoa. Yeah.
So are you expect to get any sort of useful information out of this one? I asked Ghost.
Ghost glances. It's Salak, right, Lieutenant? And the man glares back at him. Fucking course. So what is this then? More rabble? And Ghost shakes his head and kind of puts the blade up a little bit further into his back, and he groans out in pain. Are there any other guards stationed in here right now? Ugh. Fuck you. And
Detect
he
thought.
Huh?
Detect thoughts.
Detect thoughts? Oh.
That wouldn't work.
Oh yeah, you can't detect thoughts at the moment.
Fuck. Never mind.
So he just starts twisting the blade, and eventually, Lieutenant Rhea, I like to think you probably grabbed Laki and had her not watch this man be tortured and interrogated.
Yeah.
Can I attempt to intimidate?
Yeah, you can attempt to intimidate.
I'm gonna get close to his ear so that Laki can't hear, and I'm just gonna whisper. Do you know that I can transform into Iris, the dead wraith? I can do that because I ate her. So, answer the man's questions, or I'm gonna start taking fingers.
Yeah, go ahead and make an intimidation check, I'd say.
Holy shit.
Do I have advantage?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Cool.
I can turn into Governor Iris because I ate her after I killed her. Yeah, I'd be intimidated too.
Right,
I want to make it clear,
a-
Miriani's still dancing.
That's
There
a
she is.
That's
Hands
a
off, bro.
22.
Finally, he seems to shrink a little under that. No, there's no one else in here at the moment. We switch shifts in 20 minutes. And Ghost nods. All right, well, then we have 20 minutes. Get the front doors open. And he brings the blade up and just cuts across the man's neck at that point, pushes him aside.
May I
Rhea-
have my sword back at least?
Yes, he redistributes your weapons to you all, and Lucky's like, "Are we the good guys?"
Okay.
That is a
at
deeper
time-
philosophical question that you can ask at a different time.
Okay.
Go and open the front doors.
Yes, so you are able to open the doors, and indeed, people, they're the explosives. God, I couldn't get the word. The explosives are brought in undercover. They are being brought in invisible until we get to the front gates where they no longer can be invisible. But once you pass the front gates, you don't really have to worry about it anymore because the watchtowers don't see you.
We're inside, yeah.
So it works out quite nicely. And you are all able to bring in, over the course of these next 10 minutes, you're able to load all of the explosives and as many of your people as possible in here. And yeah, at that, Ariko and Kachiko look to the two of you, or look to the group of you, rather, and say, okay, we'll be leading the attack on the experimentation facility. If you can all get through the work yard and just go wait by the warden's tower, we'll, well, when you hear the explosion and you feel yourself able to do your magic again, do your thing.
Don't worry, we've got this.
If you don't hear an explosion within 10 minutes, we're dead. So probably just run.
Don't die.
Understood.
Don't do that.
Don't die. We get one shot at this.
I will draw both of them into a hug. It was nice to meet you.
Kachiko nods. It was unexpected to meet you, but
was it nice?
it was nice. I hope I
thumbs
get
up
to
to
talk to
Miriani.
you again when we're done.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
Ariko smiles at that. Then I'll see you
But
see you
just
soon.
in case. And squeeze and let them go.
Yep. And they go, and you see them kind of duck down low and start carrying off the explosives with their team as they head on over. The rest of the army, the small army that's in here now, prepares to charge straight at the dockyards because they're going to want to hold as many of Skala's forces there as possible. And it is... Well, go ahead and everyone can give me a group stealth check to try and make it through the work yard without being spotted.
Sure.
All right. Unfortunately, everyone, as I have my armor on, I'm gonna have to do this one at disadvantage.
Yep, same.
Lucky's got a +5 to stealth.
Well,
So
I
do
got
but that's only a 13.
Oh,
I got
okay.
a 28.
16 because I rolled a 16 and a 17.
All right. I'm wondering if I want to use my one inspiration here. I have a decent stealth.
You see if you need to use it after the roll.
20.
That should be enough.
Okay. So 20. I think you guys just made it.
That would have been ugly.
20. Yeah, that's good enough. All right. So you all start sneaking out into the work yard. Stepping out of the processing building, you find yourselves in the main work yard. To your left, there are rows of forges where prisoners are working on crafting armor and weaponry. The quality is shoddy, to say the least of it. Beyond the forges, there is a building that carts of jewelry, coins, and other treasures are being wheeled into. And in the distance, you can see another point where ingots and organized valuables are being wheeled out. The working conditions are atrocious, and many of the people working look like they've sustained injuries in the process. The exhausted looks on their faces suggest they've been working a very, very long shift. Beyond the workyard, you can see the warden's tower, and to your right is a gate that the sign above says Research Ward in Infernal. Further on ahead, you see a building of elven design, though it has long since fallen into disrepair, yet it is still being used for loading and unloading cargo onto the docks.
So,
Yes.
oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're fine.
So what Sarah is going to do to try and detect this is about once every 10 seconds as they're moving along, because no, this would be the only one that's somatic only. She will start trying to use primal savagery to do the whole claw thing.
We'll definitely hear the explosion with as big a bombs as they had.
True, but you never know.
That's fair.
Well,
So
in that
she's
case-
just going to do that about once every 10 seconds, and the moment she gets that up, they know.
Okay.
I would
Because
say that,
if the
Glenn probably
explosion
also
happens
has
and
his
we can't use magic, we got a problem.
probably also has his weapon out as well. So once Echo lights up, then we can also
Yep.
do that one too.
Fair enough.
So you do. You start creeping your way through the work yard. It's not particularly difficult, although some of the prisoners give you a look as you're kind of moving on by, as they start to realize that something unusual is happening, because they looked up from their work and weren't immediately beaten for it. So something's happening. Also, what's up with the 5-year-old that's there? That's interesting. But you all make your way across the work yard in between the sorting facility to your north and the forges to your south. And yeah, without too much difficulty, you are able to get so that your backs are pressed up against the warden's tower, and you wait. It's at this time, Rhea, make a perception check.
14.
Yeah, you don't need very high for this. The look on Lockheed's face as she watches these people working in the forges is palpable. She glances up at you and is just like, "This is my mom's fault?"
Gonna pull her into a hug.
Yeah.
She has to be stopped.
Yep. That's what we're
Tara
here.
just
That's why we're here.
gives a silent nod and holds a hand for a moment.
This is what I would have been if you hadn't found me.
Possibly.
But we did.
And you will never be this now. That
Mhm.
realization alone says you will never be this. Now we just need to stop this.
She nods. And 2 minutes later, a thunderous explosion is seen over the wall directly ahead of you in the research ward as black smoke begins to build up. And now the alarms start to go off almost immediately.
Immediately try and mage hand.
Yeah.
Your mage hand
Primal-
appears. Gem, Echo ignites. Yep, you are able to primal savagery.
Alright, awesome.
The magic field is down.
Okay,
Are
let's
we-
go.
Go
Kick
right
in
in.
the front door of the warden's tower.
All right.
Hell
moment
yeah,
I
we
walk
ain't
in-
fucking around.
It's
The
it's,
moment
by
I
the way,
walk in,
it's Rhea
fire
and Jem, like
elemental is up.
side by side, and we each kick one of the doors in, so we're like both like
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Hell yeah.
badasses.
like action movie style.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
you're
no,
right, you're
it's
total
badass
badasses.
time.
Mhm.
All right. Un momento.
Do I
One of
go
the doors,
elemental
like-
form?
Slams back and hits
No.
Jem in the face, and he has to push it back open.
Yeah, he's like, damn it. That was going to be so cool.
I kicked way too hard. That's what
Yeah.
it was. Too strong.
Yep. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've seen something like that on an actual play where it was like, I want to bust down the door. Okay, make a strength check. And they were like, oh, a 19 plus whatever, it was for something really high. I was like, you have completely wrecked the door. You cannot get it back on there. Because they were trying to be like sort of stealthy about it and everything.
Yeah.
I've also heard of one similar where it was just you put your foot through the door.
Doors ain't a problem for us.
Success with consequences better than failure.
Like to point out really quick, I don't think we've ever had a problem with a door before, which makes us stronger than Vox Machina. I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah, no
so
shit.
that's because your DM, as a policy, doesn't put locked doors. Because why would you actually have a locked door? Because either the party is going to succeed in opening the door, in which case the door doesn't do anything, or the party's going to fail in opening the door, in which case they don't go into the room, which you probably need them to go into.
You just find an alternate method into the room.
Why though? Like, if it's a
It's tradition, Callie.
like if you couldn't open the door to the warden's tower right now, what the fuck would you do?
find a window.
Well, the thing you do that with isn't an actual like proper,
Yeah.
doing a full dungeon. It's like, well, that's a room that is not required, but
look.
maybe you find more loot in there or something
If
like
we
that.
were doing a heist and you had every single door
Yeah.
unlocked, I'd be a little disappointed.
Yeah,
The rogue
that's
would
fair.
be like, "Why am I here?"
Yeah.
It's an entirely contextual thing.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
Nice campaign Callie mentioned. It's going to be nothing but locked doors now. Thanks.
The Warden's Tower is the tallest building in the prison. The lowest levels of it are mostly administration, and that is what you see as you open the door. There's massive record rooms. People are milling about, doing all sorts of tasks, and then the doors kick open, and everyone just kind of like looks at you and sees the smoke billowing up behind you. Most of the people in here are admin people. They're not soldiers.
We're not here for you. Get out while you can.
I turn into a fire elemental
Oh,
to intimidate the shit out of them.
they are
Because I'm
intimidated.
going and just scream, roar, and basically put the hand out to the door, basically saying, "Get out while you can."
As she does that, I'll transform into Iris and yell, "Get out!"
Yup, that'll do it. All right. No roll necessary. As these regular ass people who just work in this prison get the fuck out of here. I mean, don't feel bad for them. They're still Nazis, but like, yeah.
This
We
gives
can,
them a chance to turn their lives around.
we can deal with that at the Nuremberg trials.
We'll pay
Yeah.
for that 80 years down the line.
Yeah. So yeah, they people start running. There are a few token guards that are in here, but nothing I'm gonna make you guys fight. You guys mop that up pretty easily with your stuff.
I'm staying in Iris form, by the way.
Okay. In the back of the this room, or sorry, in the center of this room is an elevator. It takes you up to the higher levels of this place, where there are a number of vaults, but the symbol for the top floor actually just reads Warden's office.
Quick perception check through the door if I can tell if somebody's inside or not.
Are you going up the elevator?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I mean, really, that's all we can do. It's not like there's stairs or anything. So yeah, I guess we gotta.
You kind of raise your hand over the glyph that is for the warden's office, but it doesn't seem to react.
Is there anybody still around?
Make a perception check.
Or as we were going along, I was checking necks for like identifying marks for high-ranking people, and if I found one, I'd like to cut the hand off.
Damn. Make a perception check.
I'll use my advantage on this. One was a 1, the other was a 19 plus 3 for 22.
Indeed, you are able to find a officer that has the tattoo collar around their neck, and you relieve him of his hand.
Now, before I take it off, I do tell Lockie, "What's that over there?"
Huh?
And then I cut the hand off, and then I'm like, "Hey, that guy said he'd give us a hand," and we kept going.
Oh, okay. She looks at the corpse that's missing a hand now, and she follows with you. You make your way over to the elevator, and yes, with his hand, you are able to get the elevator to begin rising you up.
Okay, before I use it, I kind of sit there for a minute, I take a deep breath. All right, everyone, just palm down. Let's hope this works. And I put the hand on it. Get it?
Lockheed
Palm
giggles
down,
'cause she got it.
Calm down. Okay, good.
Yeah, Sarah is basically coming as close to shutting off the flames as she can without going out of elemental mode at this point.
Yep. You begin to ascend throughout the Warden's Tower, and as you kind of pass through the ceiling and enter into this top section, this kind of crown of the tower, you are there's a small hallway that has a set of stairs that you all go up 2 by 2.
Mm-hmm.
And at the top of it, you find yourself in a circular room. It has a throne sitting on the center of it, and there are windows all around that allow sight out into the facility. Also, all around this throne, though, are large crystals. 7 of them in total.
Oh, it's gonna be a fucking Final Fantasy fight.
And in each of these crystals is a person. All of them are elves, and all of them are, well, they're not inanimate. They are able to, like, look at you as you enter in. They seem to be imprisoned in here. And indeed, sitting there, requiring a change of music, is... Oh my god, where's the song?
So, Callie, one point of order since I know I was going into this.
Mm-hmm.
And a point of order here, would I be able to still use Barkskin in elemental form with Fiona's Blessing? I know it's the first time it's come up in the game because I never had an opportunity to do it.
Yes, you would be able to do that.
Alright, so the AC you're shooting at is 19 then. Barkskin makes it 16, the +3 from the necklace makes it a grand total of 19.
Mm-hmm.
Just for your reference, and I will... Nah, you probably have the fire elemental form up already on D&D Beyond, so I don't need to describe it.
So, sitting in that throne, Lady Atrosk is an imposing woman. She does only stand a modest 5'5", yet she carries herself like she is the most powerful person in the room. And that's because in any room, save for one with Scala in it, that is exactly the case. She has raven black hair that is intricately braided in long pointed ears that signify that she was at one time an elf. Her eyes, like irises, are merely empty black pools, and her skin is pale white like a sheet. Her ruby red lipstick stands out in stark contrast, and the staff she carries is made from black obsidian with a large uncut ruby on the head. And she crosses her legs as you all enter. I suppose I have you to thank for the fire ravaging my facility.
Technically, no. That was our associates.
If she seems amused, if she's amused, she doesn't show it.
How far from us is she?
That's a great question. Let me see. Currently, she is 30 feet from you, 35 feet from Sarah and Miriani, and 40 feet from Laki and Rhea.
Do we see the orb that was mentioned?
It is in this room. Yep, it is on the side of her, to the side of her throne. Her eyes trace over towards Laki, and something, well, if she had eyes, would flicker in them as she sees her. So that's where you've gone, little one. Worry not, you'll be returned to your mother soon enough. Laki clings on a little bit harder onto Rhea and shakes her head. I'm not going back.
You were a lot more pleasant when I was you.
Her her face flinches a little at that. Ah. The good governor's murderers are here.
Yep, and we're gonna do it again.
Hold on. Was that not obvious? As Delenn is still in Iris's form.
A simple bow. And
She stands up and stretches.
Cha-cha.
Very well, then.
I'm gonna start swinging.
Very
Yeah,
well, then.
basically.
Scala
Yeah.
was very clear that if Laki does not if her clone does not return willingly, she is expendable. We'll roll for initiative.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky's
That
like, "Wait,
is
what?"
not okay.
Well, to be clear, if Lockheed will not become a dread demon of hatred, she is a failed experiment like all the others.
Yep.
So
Let's get this battle music going.
let's get this battle music going. Turn order is going up.
Yep.
We still
Oh.
see the overall map.
Yep, bringing down
Yup,
now.
yup, yup.
Yep.
I forgot Lockie's token was just the plushie.
Can you mark where the orb is?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
Well, that works because... Yep, here we go. And I will just manually fill mine out once it appears. So I'll keep that 14.
You need one, Sarah. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as I rolled it way too quick. My
Mariani
apologies.
needs one. And I believe Delenn needs one as well.
Oh, how I went from having no bonus actions at the start of this game to having more bonus actions than I know what to do with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and all right, Ms. Artrosk.
Don't roll too high, we're in fireball formation. I feel like Rhea would probably be up front with me, by the way.
I had her standing next to Lockheed in the back.
Yeah, sensible.
And Lockheed's initiative is
sorry.
+1. She rolled a 19. Jesus Christ.
I probably would have had Shadow Gem right here then.
Yeah. All right. Well, everyone, I don't know how else to say this. This was the fight that I had intended to be your BBEG encounter, so.
Interessante.
Indeed.
Buckle up!
Buckle up.
Let's
She's,
go.
She's tough. All right, Miriani, you're leading things off with Lady Morgan on deck.
I'm just double checking my spells because I've got two different things I might want to try and do.
Yep, keep in mind she's going to get to go before any of us do, so we're probably going to take a pretty big hit of something or other.
Yeah. I'm seeing what I might be able to do.
Yeah, we're in perfect casting to take a huge ass hit. There's a reason why I'm in fire elemental form. It's not for the damage in this case.
Something cone of gold.
Something fireball, something lightning bolts, something chained lightning.
What does upcasting do to this? Hold on. Does upcasting do something on this? Oh my god. Give me a moment. Basically, it's will upcasting this spell be worth it, or should I do this other spell?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh no, upcasting won't do anything with that. Nor will it do anything with that. Okay. Well, we're going to cast then, Hunger of Hadar.
Okay.
Nice.
It is within 150 feet of me, a 20-foot sphere.
All right.
So we'll say right here.
Is that
was
radius or
mad 'cause he
diameter?
did his chicken nuggies.
20-foot radius.
A 40-foot sphere.
Yeah, it's a
Here.
big one.
All right, then let's do.
You open a gateway to the dark between stars, a region infested with unknown horrors. A 20-foot radius sphere of blackness and bitter cold appears centered on a point within range and lasting for the duration. This void is filled with a cacophony of soft whispers and slurping noises that can be heard up to 30 feet away. No light, magical or otherwise, can illuminate the area, and creatures within the area are blinded. Creates a warp in the fabric of space, and the area is difficult terrain. Any creature that starts its turn in the area takes 2d6 cold damage, and any that ends its turn in the area must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 2d6 acid damage as milky, otherworldly tentacles rub against it.
So really quickly, could you mark where the orb was?
Yes. Sorry.
So that way,
Did
if
it
it's,
have
like,
to
on the-
say milky?
If it's on the front here, maybe they could.
Actually, now that I've actually read all of that, we're going to change it to a slightly different spell that I believe is the same 20-foot square.
20-foot square instead?
Yeah, instead we're going to use my other tentacle spell. I have changed
Why
my
do you have
mind.
multiple tentacle spells?
Reasons? This
I think we
one-
all know why.
This, we're using my other tentacle spell here. We're going to use Avard's Black Tentacles. Squirming ebony tentacles fill a 20-foot square on the ground that you can see within range.
All right.
For the duration, they turn the ground in the area into difficult terrain. When something enters for the first time or starts its turn, has to make a dex saving throw. And on a failure, they take damage and are restrained until the spell ends.
Got it.
Can we maybe like slide that back 5 feet so our melee people can do melee things?
Yeah, that's a good call. So you just see her fish around in one of her belt pouches and pull out this little bit of like squid tentacle and throw it, and all of a sudden all these other tentacles just pop up out of the ground and start
Rhea just
waving.
covers Lockie's eyes with her tail.
Oh boy. All right.
You don't
So
need to see the tentacles.
is there damage right now or is it later?
It's when they start their turn in it
Got it.
or enter it, they have to make a save.
Got it.
And I'll move away and over towards this person.
All right.
But I can't do anything else with that yet, so we'll end my turn.
Don't tap on
at the-
glass. You're not supposed to tap on the glass. It scares them.
At the end of your turn, Lady Artros going to use a legendary action to cast a cantrip at you, and she is going to cast Ray of Frost at you.
I got that one.
So she's going to make a spell attack.
Does the Avard's black tentacles make it so that they can see? Because the last one said like there was
Yes.
or something.
But so that you guys can see into them, that's why I ended up changing. Like, I was like, oh, they can walk right out of this. If they fail their save, they can't walk out of it.
Yeah, and all three of these guys have true sight anyway, so. So 31 to hit. And that's going to do 4d8 cold damage to you.
How much?
4d8.
Oh, I thought you said 48.
No, 4d8.
Classic.
20
On a
cold damage.
Cantrip.
And cantrips do increase in power as you level up.
Yep, they sure
Yep,
do.
so-
She's
She's
had
at
plenty
least
of time to
15th
do
level.
magic push-ups. Okay.
She is an 18th level spellcaster.
Oh boy,
Whoa.
okay. Oh boy.
All right, and it is her turn.
Time for the bomb.
make a dex save.
A dex save. She's got a +3 to her dex saves.
Okay, let's burn those legendary resistances now.
16?
Not enough.
Okay. What's the effect?
Has to take 3d6 bludgeoning damage and be restrained until the spell ends.
Okay.
Or, of course, using an action to make the strength or dex check
Right.
to free. So takes 10 bludgeoning and is
Alright.
restrained.
Owie. Uh, 10 bludgeoning and is restrained. We use the net for restrained. All right. She is going.
She has been fisherman wifed.
Yes, she has been. She
How
is
big is the orb?
how the orb. It's probably like 2 feet across.
Oh, okay.
Okay. She is going to cast Fireball.
Yeah.
Yep, saw that coming.
Yep.
Yeah. she
Got
I
fired
saw
it.
that one.
Tried to get the fuck out of Dodge.
I
Well,
don't
You
care.
probably should have ran down the hall the other way.
Hey, everyone has +5 to the save. You're
Oh,
welcome.
shit.
And-
And
Nice.
she is going to upcast it to 8th level.
And Sarah's immune.
Oh, that's a problem.
Callie,
So
how
yes.
would you feel
Yeah.
if I cast Counterspell?
If you've got an 8th level counterspell ready to go for it.
I mean, I could do a 3rd level and roll for it.
You could.
I don't have Counterspell. But
I
I'm wondering
know.
how you would feel about it.
Well, I would feel confused, I think would be the answer.
mm-hmm.
All right, so let me see if we can hit everybody here. I think we can. Yes, we can. I need everyone to make a saving throw, dex save.
I'm immune to the damage.
You
I'm
are
really
indeed.
hoping
I chose right.
27 saves. Otherwise, I am toast.
And we
I
get
gotta-
an extra 5 to that, right?
Yes.
Does it
29.
reach out to Miriani?
It does, yes. 20
Really?
feet.
Jesus.
Yep.
All right.
I don't
so...
think my paladin thing reaches out to Miriani, though.
No, 10 feet.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was asking. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Well, then only a 25.
Delenn got
Or
a
24?
31.
Yeah, man.
Shadow got a 30. Sorry, he's Shadow Delenn now. Can I
Yeah.
change that? I can't.
I got you.
Oh, I can check it. I got it.
Oh, okay, great.
So they both save, and because of Shield Mastery, they take 0 damage.
Very nice. So if you got a 20 or higher, you saved. If you got a lower than 20, you failed. So we're going to do, it's 8d6, and then you get, what, an extra... an extra d6 for everyone. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, an extra 5. So 13 d6 damage, fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
39 fire damage. Which Laki is
Man.
not a fan of.
Understandable.
Resistance, though, because she's a tiefling at least.
She does
And
not
then
have
it's-
fire resistance.
Terrorists and tieflings don't get fire resistance.
It's half of
That
that
is
Not.
dumb.
for the succeeds.
Yeah, half of so it's 19 for succeeds.
Okay.
Is lay on hands an action?
Lay on hands is an action. Yes, it will be a bonus action in 1 D&D.
Fuck spells do I have?
I have nothing I can do to help her, unfortunately.
she's alive. She just doesn't like it. Didn't feel good.
Oh,
That is
Sorry. How long did you say the elevator ride was?
a couple minutes.
Could I have put oil of sharpness on
Yes.
my sword as we were going up?
Yes, for sure. Up next is the Demon Protector, who is 15, 20.
Doesn't it have to roll for the restraint?
Yes, it
effect?
does. Sorry, 1 second. Let me have it do that.
Yeah. So it might not be able to be restrained.
It's true. It may not. It's a dex save, right?
Dex save, yeah.
21.
Nope.
Get back over there.
That's Sorcerer DC.
Well, it helps that Callie gave us some bullshit items.
It does.
Yup.
All of that, my save DC is 22.
All right.
Oh,
Well, fair
shit.
enough.
Your save DC is better than the level 18 spellcaster.
Yeah. All right. So he takes damage and he is restricted.
Oh yeah, 3d6. $17. Damn.
17. All right. So he can't move, and blinking, he like looks down as these things kind of grab hold of him and looks to you,
He gets-
Miriani.
And he gets squashed a little.
Yeah. Well, looking at you, he goes, "What the fuck?" And he's gonna cast Power Word Stun on you.
I don't like that.
You are stunned, and your
Oh, I-
concentration falls.
I just nothing.
If you have less than
That's-
150 HP, you are stunned,
Oh,
You are
yep.
just stunned.
and your
Yep.
concentration falls.
I don't like that.
And that
Oh,
is his
that's
turn.
okay.
You
That just
are.
means I can use a different concentration spell now.
Yep. You have to make a con save at the end of each of your turns, and on a successful save, your stun ends.
At the end of my turn?
Yep.
Yo, fuck this guy.
And that is his turn. Delenn, you are up.
All right, here we go. So Shadow Delenn, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, is going to pick up the orb. Then I am going to use my teleport, which magically swaps our places with one another, and he is going to bowling ball the orb down the stairs in the hallway. So it is out of the equation.
All right.
And
What a plague.
I'm gonna say that eats your run over, swap places, turn, bowl. I'm gonna say
that would just be an interact with object action.
yeah. That's your action.
what one of my attack? No, okay. All right, fine. Gonna step up.
Yeah, multi-attack is you get to attack twice when you take the attack action.
I'm up to 3 attacks now. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Okay. Still, it doesn't
Um,
change the fact that it doesn't give you that many
Sure.
actions.
Sure. That's a big place. You can't use it now. I assume it goes all the way to the end.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
You got rid of her fallback plan.
All right, so we're gonna step up to her. We're gonna use action surge.
Okay.
All right, let's see. How do we want to do this? Don't have a bonus action anymore, so it's just straight attack. So we will use a precise strike. So I get to roll with advantage against her.
Okay.
That is a 28 to hit.
That will hit.
Just these 2 things because I wasn't able to cast either of my hexes on her. So that is going to be. Where are you at attacks? Shit. 19 bludgeoning damage
Uh-huh.
and 4 radiant, and it is magical. And
Yep.
then, just for fun, we'll move her back 5 feet with Crusher. No, like this way, so I'm still within range
Oh,
of
sure.
her.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Second. Oh, sorry. I get to add a D8 to that because of precise strikes that hit. Fuck you. That's an extra 1 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then we'll just swing on her with the next 2 attacks. Oh, that's not great. Does 22 hit?
22 hits, yes.
And that's going to be another 17 bludgeoning damage and 3 radiant damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then my third attack misses. Even with a plus 15 to hit.
What'd you roll?
A nat 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that would miss.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That said, you can't miss otherwise, because on a 2, you would have a 17, and that meets.
Oh, nice. Great. Go me.
Yeah, well done.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It is Laki's turn, who is recovering from getting hit with her first fireball. And she thinks it kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But she nevertheless pushes herself back up to her feet, shakes out her head a little bit, and she's going to do some spell casting. As she is going to twin spell haste onto Rhea and onto Sarah.
Whoa. Let's go.
Aw, and then eventually I could twin spell fucking invisibility onto y'all.
It's 3 sorcery points, right, to do twin spell haste?
It's however it would be because it's a 3rd level. It's
Yeah.
however many
Yeah, that's what I meant.
it's a point for each level of it.
Yeah.
Delenn is going to shout to Laki, once you cast your spell, get away and take cover. In and out of the battle.
And she nods and she hurries back this way a little ways. You see her like hop down and kind of like duck down behind the stairs.
Well, I was
She has
gonna
3/4 cover.
heal her up, but
That's her turn. Rhea, you are up, and you are feeling speedy.
3/4 cover is plus 5 to her AC.
I was gonna say 3/4 cover is fucking boss.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna use one of my actions to heal her up, but
If he runs up, you're like, oh, okay, all right.
this bitch
actually-
tried to fry my daughter.
At the end of Laki's turn, Morgan is going to use a legendary action to use Frightening Gaze on Delenn. I need a
Listen.
DC 18 Wisdom save.
Don't you do that?
The gays are not
Oh
scary.
God, I know this case way too well.
All right,
That
first
is a
one,
sucky thing.
is a failure, so I'm going to use Indomitable. You said
Okay.
DC 18, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That isn't the
There you go.
Bodak gaze,
That's
is it?
a 15 plus 3.
18 meets. Great. You are not frightened, and you have immunity to that to Frightening Gaze for the next 24 hours.
Oh, good.
Rhea, you are up.
All right.
He says, I eat wraiths of Syl for breakfast. Try harder.
I mean,
Okay, my
Actually,
speed is
it-
doubled, so I don't have to worry about
it was
getting
probably
to the
dinner.
bitch.
It was dinner. Yeah, he follows up with, actually, it was dinner. It was dinner.
Yeah.
I ate him for dinner.
I'm gonna go right there, because this bitch just tried to fry my daughter, so fuck her.
I mean, in fairness, she tried to fry the lot of you. Your daughter was just
Yeah,
included in that.
That's the one she cares about most, though.
I mean, fair.
I'm gonna start swinging.
All right, swing away.
Let's go.
16 misses, however.
But it's Rhea's turn.
Yeah, what does Rhea hit?
Oh. What? Oh. Well, 30 hits, yes.
So that's what, 16... Oh, yeah, that were 40.
40. Okay. Ow.
And then I have a second action, so I might as well do it again.
Yeah. So did you inspo that first one?
No, those were 2 swings.
I'll
gotcha.
do it again.
Oh, right. Haste. Duh.
And it's just a third swing for
Yep.
haste,
You
right?
don't
I
get to do
the
it
full.
twice. Yeah, you only get one.
Yeah. Yeah,
Alright.
so your standard multi-attack. Oh boy.
Okay, that's gonna be 52. I'm gonna dump a smite into this.
That's not with smite. How are you doing 52 damage?
Cartridge.
Yeah, she's pulling the trigger.
Oh, okay. I thought that was just her normal
Yeah,
attack. I'm like, what the
her-
fuck did
her
Callie give
devil
you?
more
trigger.
spiky than- yeah, she is more spiky than normal.
No, fair enough. Pull my devil trigger.
You
have to sing it like that
How
when you
do
use it.
I do smites in D&D Beyond again? It's been a minute.
I just would figure out how many d8s it's going to be and then just roll that.
Okay.
What level spell
so
slot are you using?
Third.
Third level spell slot, so that would be normally 5d8. No, it's 2d8, 3d8. That'd be 4d8 normally. This is an undead or a fiend, so it would be 5d8.
Whoa. Spike damage time.
Ow. 2 1s in there. For an extra
1s and 2
23.
But also 2 8s, so
You
meh.
bury your gunblade into her, pull the trigger, and divine light bursts out, and her head explodes with viscera and gore flying everywhere as the rest of her body goes limp. Miriani, next to you, the woman in the crystal.
We're doing Darth Malik, aren't we?
Yeah, the woman in the crystal starts screaming as her body liquefies and shoots up through a tube up into the throne, and she regenerates.
All right, we
Bro.
need to take out
Oh,
these
boy.
crystals.
Yep, we're doing fucking Darth Malik at the end of KOTOR 1.
Take out crystals and demon protectors first.
That is the end of your turn, Rhea. The end of your. Oh, sorry.
Do these crystals look destructible?
I mean, they look like crystals.
Crystals can break.
Then that is your answer.
Supposedly.
She is going to.
We gotta make sure we step in the circle and get the sword power up so that we can use our duty action first.
She is going to bonus action or a legendary action in a turn to Ray of Frost. You, Rhea.
I'm going to use Sentinel to make an attack against her.
Can you do that on a cantrip cast?
It says that if someone you're within 5 feet of attacks an ally, then you can attack them, and that's a spell attack.
All right, fair enough.
All right, 18 plus 15.
Oh, that'll hit.
That is.
What save is Ray of Frost?
It's a spell attack.
Oh, okay.
It's no your
She rolled a 29.
armor class is your save.
Okay,
Is,
well,
is
I
that at,
have a
did you do it
23 at the
disadvantage?
moment.
What?
Disadvantage if you do a ranged spell attack when you're adjacent to something that's disadvantage, right?
Yeah, she hit.
Okay. Damn, can I have disadvantage? I did 17 bludgeoning and 3 radiant.
All right, so 20 total.
Yep.
Alrighty. Yep, 21 back at you, Rhea. And Sarah, it is your turn.
All right, since I have not seen this one go yet, and I need to get in front of it to try and protect Miriani a little bit, that is what I'm going to do. Yeah, I don't even need to use a full movement action to get over there. And time for multi-attack Biznaj. So these will be +9 to hit. So first one is a 24 to hit the demon. For
24
15 fire damage.
24 hits the demon for 15 fire. It is resistant to fire,
Damn.
so it will take 7.
Well, While in Rome, might as well do the thing. Next one is 21 to hit for 17 fire damage.
Yep, so 8.
And then the haste action, 12 to hit, so my answer is probably no on that
No,
one.
not on that one.
Alright, well, shit. I had a feeling something here was going to be fire resistant. Hopefully not her. I can't cast spells while in elemental form, so I'm just making sure. But outside of that, that is my turn. Just as long as I can't do anything stupid while in elemental form. No, I can't. So, yep, that's it.
Alrighty. The Demon Protector is up, and it is going to forgo its attacks to cast a spell.
No,
is-
not allowed to do that. It's illegal. Scala outlawed it. She said no spells. Don't like that.
As the Glabrezu creates a sphere of magical darkness.
It's a Glabrezu?
Yep, it sure is. But it makes a sphere of magical darkness, so everyone can have fun with that. Miriani, you are up.
I'm stunned. I can't do anything but make that save at my
Yep.
end, right?
DC 16 con save.
That's easy.
Yeah, unfortunately, no true sight on the fire elemental, just dark vision.
We need to focus on the demon protectors and the captives anyway.
Well, unfortunately, that wasn't a good enough roll for that to actually matter. That's 13, so I'm just gonna stand here.
You
I'm overcome.
You turned and you watched a woman liquefy in a crystal and be eaten, and you're like, well, that's a lot. Even for the things I've seen, that's a lot.
I've gotta think on what to do about this.
Yeah.
Stun is concentration, right?
Power word stun, no.
No,
It
it's
just
not.
happens.
It's
all
big
right.
sad.
Lady Morgan is up. And she is going to point a finger at you, Gem.
It's not my name. That's not
true.
my name. That's not my
To be
name.
fair, she doesn't know your name. Oh, you know what? No, she's not going to cast that on you.
But you know my name.
I do know your name. Yeah. She's going to put down a cloud kill.
Oh, shit. Not good, not good, not good.
God, I wish I could see colors better. All right, there we go.
If this isn't green, it doesn't count.
I hope it is. I think it is.
Everyone say it's not green. Oh,
But not yellow?
Nice try. Nice try. That's blue, though.
It's not yellow, no.
Okay.
Nor is it the color of peanut butter.
It is green.
Does this not hurt her and the demon protectors as well?
I don't think she's terribly concerned about
Yeah,
that.
I
I
mean,
mean, she
it
probably
definitely
isn't,
does.
no, but cool.
It definitely does. I don't know if she cares that it does.
What does Cloud Kill do? Is it a con save? I hope it's a con save.
I believe it actually is a con save, but they're all immune to poison in there, so they don't care.
Ah, fuck. Well, here I go with my plus 18 Constitution.
It is a con save, yep.
throw.
Remember
so-
to add 5 for Rhea.
That's with the plus 5, yeah. So that is a 30.
You succeed. You'll be taking half damage.
I'm
Also 30.
All right. You'll be taking half damage, and Sarah.
So Shield Master Evasion says if an effect allows half damage on success, you can use your reaction to take no damage.
You used your reaction to do a sentinel
I did.
attack.
Yep, I sure did. Okay. But that's good. I thought that was like the evasion, like a rogue has, but no, it's literally anything that allows half damage on success. So
Yep.
cool.
So 27 damage on a failed save and 13 on a successful.
Is that concentration?
Cloud kill is concentration.
Could we get
Oh, you
like
said
a
on. Oops.
a symbol so we know who's concentrating on a spell and who isn't?
Yes, is Lady Morgan. We will use the we'll use this one for that.
And then Demon Protector is concentrating on the magical darkness.
Yes, this guy is. Where is that? Right there. Okay, that's her turn. Sarah, did you take the damage?
I'm immune to poison damage.
Oh, cool. Demon Protector is up. And, yep, he's going to come on up here and do a thwack on Delenn.
Wait, what the fuck? Why didn't my HP? Okay, it did. It's just not showing it. Let me try to refresh.
Actually, he's going to step
Yeah.
all the way into the darkness, too.
Mm-hmm.
I think it doesn't matter for him as long as I can't see him. So.
All right. Does a 20 hit your AC?
It does not.
Does a 24 hit your AC?
It does not.
Bummer.
JK, it does.
Oh, okay.
I wish I had 25 AC.
So that is 2d10 plus 5. 16 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And you are grappled.
I don't want to be.
I know. And while you are grappled, he's going to punch you twice.
Don't do that.
That's a miss. 22?
Yep, that'll hit.
All right. 2d4 plus 2. 6 damage. All right. That is his turn. Delenn, you are up, and you are grappled. By something you can't see.
Yeah. Look, I'm having a lovely time, but I'm gonna I'm gonna switch places with my clone.
You got to summon him first, right? Didn't he die in the fire? Oh, no, you saved him.
No,
That's right.
he didn't.
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
And then I'm gonna move over to this crystal. Could I do like a quick, like at a glance?
Yeah.
How can I deal with this?
Give me an Arcana check.
18.
Yeah, I think you would know that like something like a shatter spell would be very effective, but it's not immune to physical damage. But it does look like it's pretty tough.
Tough is in high AC or lots of HP?
I mean, probably high AC.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and use 3 attacks on it.
Okay.
Does a 20 hit?
The 20 does not hit.
It doesn't?
Nope.
It has better AC than she does?
By a significant amount.
Okay, does a 31 hit?
A 31 does hit.
Okay, so one of my 3 attacks hit. So that's going to be 16 bludgeoning and 7 radiant.
It is immune to radiant, but the bludgeoning does affect it.
Does 17 look like a decent amount of damage? Like, is it cracking or anything like that?
17 broke it open.
Oh, shit. So is the lady hooked up to any contraptions in there, or does she, like, flood out with the water?
She is still in it, and she is still attached to whatever's inside of it, but she is alive, at least.
And she can't get herself out?
I mean, we'd have to wait for her turn to see.
I can't.
She certainly
tell
is
then?
trying to. She looks panicked.
Okay. I don't know anything else that I can do. So yeah, all right. I'll just stop there then, and on my turn, if she needs it, do they have a turn on the turn order?
It's
anyway,
on my screen. There is.
Yeah. Okay. So if she's still in there on the next turn,
Yeah.
then I'll try to get her.
Yeah, they go at the bottom of the turn order. So, all right.
Okie
end of turn. Rhea, I need a wisdom save.
Oh boy.
You can have +5 from Shadow Delenn. Or you're a +5. One of the two. You can use it.
21.
21 is enough. You are not frightened. All right. Laki is up.
We ain't
Can I
afraid of
flip
no
off
bitch.
the darkness as a free action?
What's that?
Can I flip off the darkness as a free action?
You can always flip off the darkness as a free action.
Hell yeah.
That's just a fact. Since she is up, she... I feel like you all will get upset with her if she runs herself back into danger. So instead, she has a lot of concentration spells. I feel like I have
That's
done
all the
something
best
wrong.
spells are concentration.
She's gonna cast Mirror Image on herself.
I was gonna say, I'm the same way. The majority of my spells are concentration. That's why I'm not too fussed about losing the concentration itself. It's the then losing my next turn that's kind of fucking with me.
Yeah.
Yep, it sucks.
So she's gonna cast. She's gonna cast Mirror Image on herself, and kind of bring herself back up in position to see what she wants to do next. See if she needs help.
Wait till your next turn to run up.
Rhea, you are up.
Okay. I would like to Misty Step 30 feet this way.
Wait,
Yeah.
take Shadow Delenn with you.
I don't think I can.
Only her.
I was gonna say that I don't know of any Misty Step that would.
I mean, Dimension Door, but the better
Okay,
Misty
all of
Step.
the enemies are in the darkness, so
technically this one isn't.
Yeah, you could say. Well, it's in the Cloud Kill.
right, which is
But
still
Here or up here, you could attack.
Yeah,
it
that's
and
true.
not- Wait, hold on. Does Cloud Kill obscure as well?
Yeah, it does.
I would just break crystals then.
yeah.
I was gonna say, Cloud Kill is effectively a poisonous fog cloud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Which I think,
okay, I only get one channel divinity, so I'm gonna save that if I need the other one.
Callie, is Cloud Kill the one that when you cast it, it then begins to just gently roll in the
Yep.
direction you cast it or something like that?
Yep. On her turn, it will start moving.
All right. It's going to move towards Lockie and she's going to be like, oh shit, I have nowhere to go.
It actually is. That'll be the direction it goes. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'm going to spend one of the actions to give myself 20 health out of my Lay on Hands pool. Which I can
All right.
never find indeed. There it is. And then I'm gonna smack this crystal. Not gonna pull the trigger though. I think it auto rolls that.
Yeah, so long as we hit, it seems like I only did 16, so it must not have a lot of HP if you can at least.
26 to
It's-
hit.
26 hits.
Yeah, you just the issue is getting through to crack
Yeah,
it.
so 13 damage. Since I'm not pulling the trigger.
13 damage is not enough to crack it, to break it open.
Gotta be 15 then.
Yeah, 15 HP, 25 AC.
Oh, I'm gonna swing again.
Do it up.
Damn it.
All right, one more swing with your haste action, I assume?
I already used an action to give myself health.
Oh, fair enough, you're right. Okie dokie. It is, the crystal is not looking good, but it is still intact. Sarah, you are up.
I am going to back up all the way here
You're
to
gonna
here.
have an opportunity attack made against you.
Go for it.
22.
Gotta beat a just get beats a 21 because of haste. So yep.
All right. I
I'll
believe
take
they
my
only get to make
whack.
one attack for that, though.
Yep. How
All
much
right.
is it?
20.
That's fine. Because unfortunately, this form is not going to do damage, so I will use a free action to drop it and just go, "Oh, you are so fucking dead, you bitch." And she's just going to just look like this, square up her shot where she thinks they might be, and I believe the word is sunbeam.
Hell yeah.
Hadouken!
DC 17 Constitution saving throw. This is sunlight. This is non-magical darkness, so it will be going directly out from Sarah throughout this path.
Mm-hmm.
Right here is a 5-foot wide beam, so I'm hoping it will hit this shithead right here. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Does it hit the
And-
crystal?
It's a 60-foot long beam.
What kind of damage is it?
Well, she said it's
Radiant,
immune to
so
radiant.
it's
Communion
immune.
Radiant, yeah.
It is immune to radiant. My focus is all this bullshit right
Yeah,
here.
you could probably hit all 3 of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit all 3 of them with that. So, DC 17 Constitution saving throw or 29 radiant damage to all of them each.
Okay. Well, let's see. She has a +10 to con save, so we'll try that.
Mm-hmm.
She got a 24. They have
Okay.
a +9 to con saves. That's a fail, and that's a fail. They both failed.
All right, so they both take 29. She takes half that much. And, oh, by the way, any part of that is... And the sunlight, since it is magical damage, the magical light just completely negates that darkness field.
Yep, and the darkness field actually drops because he failed his con save.
Sweet. Oh, okay.
But she was the one with the cloud kill, right?
She's the one with the cloud kill, and that's what
Okay.
I'm rolling her. She takes how much? 14?
14, so she only needs to make a 10. She'll
She
make it unless
succeeds.
she nat ones. Yep,
She succeeds.
yep. And Sarah's like, break them, make them count. I'm gonna tank.
Okay. Demon Protector is up.
Which one?
This one on the far side here. Let me see. What's he gonna do? Yeah, he's gonna go down and try and keep laying into Miriani. Miriani, what
Me,
size are you
Sarah?
right now, out of curiosity?
Rude. Normal?
As a fire elemental, what size are you?
You mean
Uh,
Sarah?
I'm not.
Oh, Sarah, I'm sorry.
I'm no longer
Sarah.
a fire elemental because
Oh,
I had to
right.
drop it to cast the spell.
Great. Outstanding.
So now you're just dealing with Sarah, who has a god tier con score, and Warcaster.
You're going to take 12 bludgeoning damage and be grappled.
Okay. I will make my Constitution saving throw, which I believe I get a +4 to that because of a
Should be within 10
Warcaster.
feet. Well, you also get Ria's bonus as well.
Yeah, so I have advantage on the Constitution saving throw. What's your buff, Ria?
+5.
All right, so I get a +5 to the roll as well.
If you had less health than me,
Constitutions.
you'd get +2 AC as well, but you don't.
Well, I do get +2 AC already, so that'll be a 16 total. But I definitely made it, as I would only have to make half of that. Oh yeah, that's right. I make that with advantage anyway.
All right, next punch.
Yeah, more than enough. Keep it coming.
It's going to fail that one.
Mm-hmm.
Fail that one. Wow,
Mhm.
I rolled 6, 5, and 4 on back-to-back-to-back rolls. Awesome.
Yeah, and your target number with that haste is going to be an 18 still.
Got it. All right, Miriani. It's time for that Constitution check.
And that first hit was 12 damage.
Yes.
Okay. For some reason I can't click on the token at the. Oh yeah, that's why.
You're on
Wrong
measuring
selection.
tool.
Yeah, I was on measuring tool. I just saw it, and that'll put me at 99 HP. This is at 0. I still have a wild shape just in case, and yeah, let me update the D&D Beyond sheet. But yeah, that'll work for me.
I'm using one of my inspos because a 2 is not acceptable.
That's fair. That's reasonable.
That is very reasonable.
How about a 23?
Yep, that'll work. You are unstunned.
Thank God.
And that comes at the end of the turn, right
Correct.
now? Cannot move. Boo!
So you get a
Yep.
whole turn to decide what you want to do next time.
God.
Oh.
To unleash
You
your
get a whole
fury.
turn to sit there and watch the clown kill come back.
Yep.
At the end of the turn, seeing Laki peek her head up there, she's going to use a cantrip to cast Ray of Frost at her.
Oh, one
damn it.
one additional point of order, Callie. Though it's probably not going to matter for the damage I took. If they can be blinded, anything that fails has to make a blinded check as well. Or
Yeah,
if it fails, it is blinded.
Yeah.
But I don't think they can be. So
Going to use Sentinel with Shadow Delen against Morgan as she attacks Lucky.
Yep. Do it up.
Yeah, it's 21.
All right, that'll hit.
That is going to be 17 bludgeoning and 5 radiant. And
That'll
don't need to
work.
make a con check as well. It'll just be a DC 10, so she basically has to roll a 1 to fail it.
Yep. And she rolled a 19. She is going to fire a Ray of Frost at Laki. Try and finish her off. That's enough to hit, but she has her mirror images up. Yes. So, indeed, you watch as this Ray of Frost fires across and blasts through Laki, but the mirror image fades, and another Laki peeks her head up over the stairs. And the lady of the place looks upset at this as she goes.
Nope, there, you got her. Focus on me now.
And she frowns. Laki.
I'm a failed
or sorry.
experiment, too.
Yeah. Scala. Why are you doing this? Why them? Perhaps I should show you the pointlessness of helping them. And on her turn, she's going to cast Power Word Kill on Rhea.
Uh-oh.
And that's where we're going to wrap up for tonight.
Do we have a Revivify in the party?